it blows up, I'll pull up Interstellar Gateway, but once again, I don't think it's gonna blow up this time.
2 folders. If Starship makes it, and suicide note.
Yep. What I was gonna say. Why does SpaceX not want to show that it's exploding so much?
Cybertruck.
It's obvious that it exploded. Why wouldn't you show it?
Straight dork in the
Because
penis.
that looks bad for investors. Also, I'm gonna go set up the stream for my parents to watch it. So I'll be right back.
I'm not sure how much they're good for them. Oh, I don't know if they are.
They didn't show V2 ship, which is really funny. Hey, who knew UI? Look!
Whoa.
Watch it be like so much worse because
It's gonna
that's
be.
how
I don't like whatever that is. I don't like that, but okay.
Yeah.
SpaceX Communications. Awesome
All right.
with us here in Texas, Jesse. Welcome to Starbase. First time, right?
Thank you so much, Dan. Yeah, my first time here, and it is mind-blowing. I went out to the pad this morning, and the scale of the vehicle is just insane.
Yeah, back in the go.
Can you hold the game discussion for after the launch?
In case you missed the news, Starbase is no longer just a cool name. It is now officially an incorporated city in Texas, and we'll have
I have an NSF stream up. I'll be back.
Counting down to Starship's 9th flight test, currently targeting the very start of our window at 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
Okay.
News right up front, not tracking any issues with the vehicle. Weather is gorgeous out there right now. Rain this morning, little bit of wind, nothing now, nothing to worry about. Looking good for a launch.
Starship development is moving quickly here at Starbase. So fast, in fact, that we already are reflying the Super Heavy booster today, which last flew on Flight 7. The primary objectives for today are very similar to the last 2 attempts, except for the booster, which, in addition to flying for the second time, has an exciting return journey planned for its return back to Earth.
That's right. It's going to be getting some serious rigor, and pretty important, we are not going to be attempting to catch the booster today. We're going to use this launch to kind of further accelerate the development. We're putting Super Heavy kind of through the ringer, some serious rigor. We're going to go through all of that in just a couple of minutes. We're also hoping to get Ship into space, and it's got a couple of objectives like deploying simulated Starlink satellites and then a range of experiments during its reentry. We're really trying to test the limits, the capabilities of that heat shield, the flaps, the structure, everything about it. Primary payload on this flight, once again, as always, is data.
It's definitely a very big day for both stages. There's always a chance we don't reach every objective that we set for ourselves. Learn on days like today. And of course, whatever happens, excitement is guaranteed.
Yeah, that's right. Progress is not measured by single flight tests. It's whatever that timeline overall is, and getting us closer to establishing self-sustaining civilization on Mars, making life multiplanetary. Every time we're learning something from these flights that will get us there, that is progress.
Exactly. Starship is the first orbital launch vehicle engineered to be fully reusable and built for frequent flight and heavy payloads, just like today's commercial airliners.
It's the product of years of rapid development, testing.
Excitement is not guaranteed if it blows up at the same time.
Excitement is guaranteed if it blows up on the.
And then fly again.
Oh, there's a terminal.
What happened to the terminal?
Oh, I didn't realize you were joining, Kate. I closed the server because Starship.
Prototype kind of looked like a water tower. We turned it into a water tower eventually. It made its first low altitude.
It's an actual water tower now?
Here at Starbase.
What?
You could tell the pad. That's the pad that we were just looking at. It looks dramatically different now. 2 towers.
Starhopper was built by a water tower company.
Was able to prove that we could use that controlled takeoff and landing.
No, Jenny, if you didn't know that, that's why everyone thought they were just building a pad, and then they put an engine on it, and it was like, what?
Full-size
I'm
vehicle.
back. I set up the stream for my parents too.
We moved to full-size test articles with increasingly complex test flights that reach progressively higher altitudes. And each test shaped the Starship that we see today on the pad.
Oh yeah, I also learned that Dan Hewitt was also at the Artemis 1 broadcast and like a couple other things. I had no idea that he worked with NASA.
The Super Heavy booster, powered by
We think that Elon's going to present if it fails in the exact same way.
Yeah.
Methane and liquid oxygen. That second stage, the Starship upper stage, is powered by 6 of those Raptor engines. 3 of them are optimized to sea level performance, 3 for vacuum, so operating while they're in space. And here's a quick look under the hood
Oh.
at all of those Raptors on the left.
Look.
Engine cam, engine
Hot
bay cam,
snap.
bay cam, bay
Oh.
cam.
Ah, it
Fake
almost
him.
See the
it
fire
makes
start.
it makes you wish for the explosion.
Wow, those
Yeah,
Raptors
see
are
the
really
fire
close to the
start,
ring.
though. You know
Holy
we're gonna
crap.
cut it before the engine explodes.
Also, yeah, if you didn't realize, that's how the
Now,
hot
that second
staging
stage
works
is also
because
what will one day
they
carry cargo,
they have to do the
payloads,
outer engines
people,
first.
everything that's going
I
on.
am really.
It's also going to be responsible for
Was that a harmonica?
propellant
Anyway.
transfers, where we're
It's
gonna
kind
take
of
two
funny
Starships,
because there's
lead
like
them
a
up in
like
orbit.
probably
One will be
second
able
or
to
two
transfer
period where
propellant to the
Starship
other.
has no
That's a
control
really
whatsoever
critical capability
because
for Starships
once they
to do
hot
all of
stage,
these
the
missions beyond
RVACs
Earth
have no
orbit.
gimbal.
That also unlocks our ability to send huge amounts of cargo.
And then there's
tremendous amounts of
later
people
periods where
to
Starship also has
destinations
no
far
control,
beyond
but
Earth.
we don't talk about that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Super Heavy booster is designed to launch, separate,
So,
flip,
Let me-
and
if
return
it's-
the,
I'm gonna
to the
mute
launch site where it can be
NSFS.
caught
It's
with chopsticks on the launch tower.
So if it
MSFS,
makes
you're
it
gonna
past
mute it.
Earlier,
Pico,
we are
how far
not
do you think it'll
attempting
go?
a booster catch today on flight
I think it'll
9.
make it to
Alright.
coast and then
Re-enters
blow up.
the Earth's atmosphere at the conclusion of its missions
It'll
to
make it to
itself
Seco,
vertical
and it's gonna
landing
blow
or
up.
catch. And both stages
Booster
will
is gonna be
feature
just
power
fine.
Earth
Booster,
overhead,
I
making
think-
this
I
the
trust
first
Booster
rocket
14.
history that will be fully reusable.
My prediction
And then
is that
just
because
between the two
Elon has put
vehicles
so
is
much
what's
on the
known as
fact
the
that this
hot
is going to
stage ring. That's
succeed,
a steel structure
I think it's going to
that
make it
really
to
takes the brunt
re-entry.
of those ship engines
Now,
as
because
they
V2
ignite,
has
protecting
the
booster
cursed flat
while the
design
ship's
they have
still
not
attached
tested
to it.
yet
That enables
outside
us
of
to do hot
ground
staging. It's
models.
faster, more
Who
efficient,
knows?
kind of
They
shutting
could fall
everything
off.
down.
They have had
They
time to
might
do a
have
ton of
different
ground
design
models,
view,
but like,
since
It's
the
single
flaps are
use.
more
It
forward.
detaches from the booster as it flies
You
back,
see, on
but in
one
the
hand, there's
future,
ground
it's gonna be
models like
integrated right
SLS
into the
does, and
top.
that's why SLS
And
worked
then
the
on top
first
of all of
try.
that, there's
But then there's
all of
also
the
the fact this is
infrastructure
the
that's built
Starship
up around it
program.
to
They do a
support
lot of
Starship.
ground
We call it
models.
Stage 0.
They just
That's
don't tend to
everything. Launch pads,
be correct.
propellant
pan
pods,
out.
launch towers,
Mhm.
chopsticks that are catching the booster out of the air, stacking the ship, all of that.
The two towers in the
Seeing
background look very
those,
cool.
We have a new addition.
You know what
Remind me
would,
of-
you know what would be a shame?
Orbital launch
Oh
mount
wait!
has officially been installed. That's
I
gonna
love
be
how
put
you can
together.
just tell they
Just
like
pad
gave
one,
up on
pad
the
two
no
has
flame
the
trench
launch mount.
stand.
That's where you're gonna
Yep.
put
Yeah.
super heavy on top.
That's
You'll have a
really
launch
cool.
tower with arms,
This
a
is
bit
what it
shorter
should have
on
looked
that
like
one.
from the start.
That's going to be used to stack.
Yeah, honestly, the
with
flame
Starship
trench
on
is
top,
cool.
put the booster
Alright,
on
so
top,
you know
catch
what?
the booster,
Whenever
catch the
Pad 2
Starship.
comes
We
online,
did
I
put
won't
the
be
orbital launch
surprised if
mount
they
on
start
there.
being
That's
super
responsible
aggressive
for
with Pad
routing
1
all of the
in the
propellant to
attempt to
booster ahead
blow
of
it up
flight.
so they can rebuild
Underneath
it.
you have flame deflectors.
They might also
Those
just
are
destroy it,
systems
like,
that just
intentionally,
destroy
just
all
knock
of
it all
the
down.
forces. The single
Well,
piece
you can
That's
weighs
a
ask,
booster into it
lifted
intentionally.
you can ask Bush for advice on that.
1,060 metric tons. Which,
That's
if
a
you're
booster.
Yeah, we'll
getting
just
rid of
buy,
all
you know, the
of
SpaceX
weight
Boeing
of
737, the one they
Oh
own.
no.
We just gotta, we just gotta build another Starship, you know.
On Starship's brand new pad at Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A.
Footage?
And we're
When do you
hoping to
think they'll
bring
do
that
launches from
online
Kennedy?
later this year as well.
Wait,
In terms of
nah.
the
Who's the
Starship
guy on the
so
left
far in
again? I can't even remember.
2025,
Dan
his name.
Hewitt.
Lots of incredible
Dan.
milestones still
Dan
to come.
Hewitt.
And we are still on
Looks
track
like
to
he'd be an
lift off
English
tonight
teacher.
at
Thank you,
6:30
he-
p.m. Central Time. And
He might be.
right now it's time to say hi to
Hey,
Chris
NSF guy.
over there repping the West Coast Ops today. How's it going, Chris?
Hey, Jesse and Dan, and welcome everyone to West Coast and Hawthorne,
Where's my
California.
flame
As you can see behind me, the crowd is gathering outside of our mission control room here in Hawthorne, and the excitement is really palpable as we continue to count down toward Starship's 9th flight test. Now, our mission control room here in Hawthorne usually serves
I really
as the
wonder
mission
what like the
control room for
conflict
our
of
Falcon
interest
and
is
Dragon
on
missions
NASA
once they launch
spaceflight
from Florida
employees
and
now at
California.
SpaceX.
Now, with Starship, all countdown and
'Cause,
mission
like-
control operations actually use the same flight control team from the same location at Starbase, which you can see on your screen now. But as we develop a vehicle like Starship, we want as many experts
Elon.
watching over its various
Penis,
systems
penis,
as
penis,
we
penis.
can.
Occupy
That's
Mars.
what we use the mission control room here in Hawthorne for during
John?
Starship flight tests like today's. The folks in mission
John?
control, which you see now,
There's not a lot of people
are
there.
responsible engineers for Starship's various systems. This includes things like booster
We
systems,
will be
stage
politically
propellant,
correct in
our
case
ground
people watch
stations, flight
this,
software,
but
the
Ah,
loading
those
systems,
Republicans.
structures as well. And having this support gives the flight teams in Starbase immediate
So
access
how
to
long
our
do you think
engineers'
it'll be
knowledge,
delayed
which
if
is
this fails
really,
again?
really important when we're making
Starship?
informed decisions very quickly
This
to
launch
test a
fails
program
again.
like
If
this.
this one shows again,
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
another
yeah.
2 months, 2.5 months.
We've handled things like propellant
It's only been
temperature
2 months.
as well as
Yeah.
launch
Oh,
winds
wow.
They're gonna have to do some some like serious investigations into the V2 design. There also might need to redesign the whole
We're just
ship.
gonna go to V3 at this point.
Yeah.
Go back to V1.
Use all the V2 ships as like expendable and just yeah.
Here's the thing
Well, they
about
can't
that
get to
though.
orbit though.
It's definitely a full house, a growing full house.
Here's
here
here's
in
the thing
Hawthorne
about
for
that
our
though.
ninth flight
V2
of
was
Starship
originally
today.
supposed to use
Every
Raptor
flight
V3,
brings us a step
but
closer to a
Raptor
future where
V3, if
Starship
you
is
think
flying multiple
Starship
times a
V2
day, and
exploding twice
I'm
in a
sure
row
you
is
all feel the
bad,
same way down there
Raptor
in Texas,
V3
Dan and Jesse,
still
but
isn't even
I can't
past
wait to
like
see Starships
the
launch today.
first
How about
ever
you?
RS-25.
Yeah, can't wait to see
It's
it,
pretty
Chris.
bad.
As you can see,
But
props
they
loading
are
on the
like
vehicle
testing
is
it
just a little
basically
under
every
2
day,
miles
so
away from
we'll see
us,
where they
and
get.
we're
It's
really
just
excited. Looking back real quick. So
let's
back
just
on
say that Raptor
Starship's
3,
8th
by
flight
removing
test, saw
all
us
of the
catch
parts that
Super
made a
Heavy
rocket
booster
engine
for
an
the third
engine.
time ever. Another big step on that path to full and rapid reusability. Unfortunately, the Starship upper stage did experience what we call a rapid unscheduled
We're gonna up.
disassembly before
Thank you,
heading off
Dan.
into
Rapid
space,
unscheduled
which meant we didn't
disassembly.
get
Thank you,
to
Dan.
those additional mission objectives that we had set.
Hey,
25
We're
minutes.
Corrupted.
5.5 minutes
NASA
into
spaceflight
ship's
stream is
ascent
somewhat
burn and
ahead. Do you
hardware
want me to
failure
sync
in
them
one
so
of
that way
its
our
sea-level
reactions are all
Raptor
live?
engines took
I'll
that engine
attempt to
the
sync
two
up the
remaining
SpaceX stream
sea-level
because
engines
I checked my phone earlier and I did see that it was
before
behind a little bit.
Flight 7, and the
Okay.
fixes that we put in place did
I assumed, given those clouds, it's probably not that clear outside.
Hold on, the
Ground to assist with
Everything
yeah.
everything is going down.
We can coordinate
Everything is
with all
going
the
down.
necessary parties,
This
organizations,
is NASA
administrations,
spaceflight stream.
for
Just
safety.
okay, it's back.
We do want to
Okay,
say
hold on.
thank you though to the people
how is
the
this?
You're
government
back.
of
I'm gonna say hi to my
Bahamas who
mom.
worked with us so closely.
We're at 24 minutes, so
Yep,
We
we're
took
synced. We're
full
synced.
Okay, good.
responsibility for the cleanup and
I had to switch to
evacuation
low
of
latency,
the
which is
people on
fine.
the ground in the Bahamas
Well, when
within
you did
12
that,
hours
NASA
to help
spaceflight
with
buffered.
Why does it look like the whole vehicle is like tilting inward?
Yeah,
Do you
what?
see that?
Wait. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I see that.
that's wait,
And we
what?
fly again today to get this
Huh?
current iteration of ship
That is a
space
genuine
and
tilt, is it not?
Putting hardware in a
Yeah?
environment
Oh
as
no,
frequently
no,
as
that the
possible, so
the
you're
drone is
seeing
tilted.
how
slightly.
I
things
also
all
do, yeah.
together in
Oh
the
yeah, drone's tilted.
That freaked me out for a second. I thought that it was
Yeah,
about
I
to tip
was
over.
like, they fueled it up and then this landscape.
today we're looking to get our first
I'm a
re-entry
fire in
of
Malaysia.
the latest iteration
Wow.
of ship while intentionally
Hey.
stressing the super heavy vehicle during its return to get
Okay.
beyond its boundaries. And by stressing we mean
Okay.
that we'll be
I'm
pushing
not
the
looking
super
forward
heavy
to
as we
what the
fly
new
a
UI is
wider
gonna look
angle of
like, given
attack
that they
during descent
changed.
towards the Gulf.
Alright.
Angle of attack in this case
I'm
means
worried.
that super
Well,
heavy is
as long
pitched
as it's
up to
got
maximize
engine
drag and
indications,
slow
fuel
return.
indications,
Look
it's
at the
good.
roundabout.
Test, we will not be attempting to
Oh.
catch and recover super heavy, which again
Something,
is
something,
flying
grr, they're
for
closing
its
my
second
beach.
time
Grr.
today. So for a brief moment, this booster will hold the title as the super heavy flight leader.
That's right. All right. Lot
Flight
still
leader.
ahead for today. Let's get into it real quick with this overview.
All
As
right.
It would
always,
certainly
everything
be a
starts
tragedy
with
if
a
the
liftoff.
booster
33
exploded.
Raptor
No,
Super
be a
Heavy.
damn tragedy.
Super Heavy pushing itself and
A bit
Starship
damn
into descent
same.
over the Gulf. It's going to continue for about 2.5 minutes before
I
we get
do
to
wonder
hot staging.
at like
Ship will ignite in
what
its
what
engines. Booster will do its
point will we
boost back burn
see
and
like
begin its
abort
flight
profiles
experiments
made.
back
So like
for a
say that the
hard
booster
splashdown
say
in
that the
Gulf of
booster shuts
America.
down like a
Meanwhile,
minute
ship
or
continues
like
its
well not a
burn into
minute, that
space.
wouldn't make it,
And
but like
ship will
10
remain
seconds early.
suborbital. We
How
will
would
be
Starship
deploying 8
compensate?
Starlink
I don't
simulator
think they have
satellites
that
and
right
then
now.
head
It'd
towards
probably just blow
re-entry.
up because that's
doesn't.
what happened on that
Light a
one
Raptor
flight.
engine as well as
They're
testing
testing it to
during
failure. They're doing hard splashdown whether they like it or not.
loading the vehicle's
So-
Well, they're not gonna
flaps,
hard
and the ship
splash down
will
Starship,
attempt
but
Not
a
not
booster,
Starship, but
and if all goes
Super Heavy,
plan,
yes.
that's
we'll
why I have
conclude the test
NSF
with a
because
soft water splashdown
once it
in
hard
the
splash
Indian
downs,
Ocean.
it's gonna blow up
I'm
and
gonna
they're
call
gonna
it.
cut
That's what
away.
we have
Yeah.
on the menu for Flight 9 today.
Whole lot.
Flight 8's RUD taught us new lessons
I'm back.
about
What did I
Starship
miss?
hardware, specifically
he
around
was.
Everything, it blew
As we
up, it
touched on
almost fell
earlier,
over.
It's gone.
The towers are collapsing.
Oh my God.
Oh, the windows are gone.
Yeah, just since that flight, we've done more than 100 long duration.
Elon Musk
Raptor
has
tests
missed his
at our
window, the
facility in
whatever
McGregor.
saying from
Huge
Ari
shout out
is.
to that team.
I wanna
Doing
see
work to better understand what
Gigabyte
happened.
stuff.
As a result,
like,
the engines that are
infrastructure.
in Starship's upper
I
stage
love
on
the
pad
Raptor
right behind
plume.
us
It is really
really
nice.
good.
It's purple.
One of the key ones we did was
Purple.
additional
It's
preload
whitey
of the
purple.
joints.
It's red,
and some
purple, and
additional
blue.
torquing, a
Are
new
you
nitrogen
blue?
purge system for the engines themselves, and made some improvements to the propellant drain
I
system.
shouldn't
Oh right,
After our
there's
first
Starlinks. Are
ever
they gonna
Super
deploy?
Heavy
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
They are
They
supposed to. It's 8 Starlink satellites and they're supposed to deploy. And one of them
Right.
should have a camera on them,
Yeah.
but I can't guarantee that.
Opportunity to make adjustments or hardware replacements.
I
I just
well,
clicked
This first
snooze.
ever reflight
I
of the
really
Super
do
Heavy
wonder
booster.
what like
And then it was
data
ship's
transmission
turn. We
is
took it through
like in
several static
space
fires.
because I have a feeling that the reason antennas are so bad is just calibration issues rather than the fact it can't transmit. Because like the whole unstable video feed from like the drone ship and stuff,
Yeah.
because it gets better as the flights go on, and I don't think that's really to do with antennas like being increased or something, but just they figure out how to interpret the data through all the turbulence.
I mean, strapping a Starlink terminal to ship, to the Starlink shouldn't be too bad, like too hard.
Reflying a booster for the first time is a major milestone,
Well,
especially
doesn't every Starlink have a camera on it?
In theory, yeah, because of that Eclipse video. So yeah, it should.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's like imagine being that one guy who has to who's like doing an internship thinking that he's gonna get to build a cool rocket ship, and then he's panning through hundreds of thousands of data.
On top of that, we're also
Why
reflying
do the
engine
Starlink have 3
314
cameras?
for
Oh.
its third flight,
Because
which
it's
you
a
might recall
satellite.
is the one
314.
with a pie on the nozzle.
Pie.
And
I
there you
like
can
I like
see
369 over
engine
there. Of course they put it next to
It is a
369.
milestone, most definitely, but we do
369
remain
dams, you're
focused
fine.
on getting to the point where no refurbishment is needed between any of the flights.
That's not gonna happen for a while.
Launch it, bring it back.
I mean, like, at some point it's gonna be, what do you consider refurb? Why are you counting down?
Reusability will
What?
look like.
Why are you counting down?
FTS activate.
Sir, why are you counting down?
We're coming to you today from
Already
Star
go.
Factory, our new million-square-foot
FTS activation.
What is that?
FTS
Rocket?
activation.
Yeah, rocket.
Booster is the first stage of the Starship.
Why were you counting down? What happened?
Boost stage ever developed for any rocket
Oh,
ever.
but can you please hold the game commentary off until the rocket launches?
But the thing that really makes a difference is the ability to rapidly reuse that rocket to launch many other missions.
Penis.
And remember, it's going on video, so please.
We're gonna be talking about the penis.
Account ban.
I have a
Please-
bomb.
please
I have
don't
a
get your
bomb.
account
I have a
banned.
bomb. I have a bomb.
But it's not a victory lap yet.
From an operational perspective, an ideal state looks.
Oh, look,
like
you can see the drone on that.
where
Okay, it's
very
gone
few
now.
Things have to happen on it in order to take.
Yeah, the
it back
drone
up
is
again.
just
So
genuinely
catch the
sideways.
vehicle, put it back onto launch mount, put a new
Hello.
ship back on top with its payload, refuel, and take back off. And that same booster will come back to launch mount, and we do the same thing all over again. Falcon is, reusing at a pretty high rate, and we get to go look at them and say.
I wonder
what
how
did you
different
learn?
the
What is good?
re-entry
What is
views will be
bad
if the
as we
collapse
continue to
moves
build the
slightly more
Starship
forward.
process?
Zero touch refurbishment really looks like a
God
complete
bless.
airliner. The advantage we have on booster relative
What?
to when we
God
developed the
bless.
design, for instance,
Killed
is
someone.
this was really designed from the outset for
Yes.
rapid reusability.
Probably
We're
one of the
using all of the
randoms.
flight test
Penis,
learnings
penis,
from
penis,
our
penis. I have a bomb,
version 2 vehicles in our orbital flight test campaign to inform the design of our version 3 vehicle.
There's a bomb in
What?
this YouTube video. It will detonate if you watch this YouTube video.
There's a bomb strapped to my chest.
Harry, there's a bomb
I'm
strapped to
supposed
my
to like stuff. I'm in public, and I just go. I have a bomb. I have a bomb.
And regenerative cooling that will enable rapid
Alright.
zero
Rapid,
touch
that's just-
refurbishment.
How do I?
Rapid reusability.
What?
Is that a carbon fiber hard hat?
Yes.
It's gonna be very uncomfortable.
Okay, Rocco, let's go.
Isn't the point of a hard hat is that it's meant to take the impact?
Yes.
Yeah.
So cool to see our teams
So
working
why
Titan
are we
submarine
using out of
hard
strong
hat.
materials?
Falcon with reusability, and now we're seeing
Because
Starship
it
do the
doesn't.
same thing
It's like a,
today.
You need
it'll be
to,
like a
like-
Newton's
All
cradle,
eyes
but
on
to
the
your
rocket
skull.
on the pad, getting ready to launch in just about 17 minutes from now.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Looking at our levels real quick, we're a little bit more than
I like how
halfway
there's a little
full on
vortex
fuel
over
and
the
LOX on
launch mount.
booster, over 80%
There's a
full
tornado
on
at
our ship,
Starbase.
so
The
let's
Star's
fill
about to
those
tip
header
over. There's a
tanks.
tornado at
True.
Starbase.
No.
We're not tracking
But you
any
see that little?
issues on the
It's better on
range.
the
As a
NSF
reminder,
stream,
we watch
but you can see there's
sea
a like
space,
where the fueling arm
and
is.
land around
The
launch
wind
site
is
here and
flowing
also over
through
in
those
the Indian Ocean,
arms,
where we're
so
gonna
as a
be doing
result,
our
there's a
re-entry,
vortex.
Not tracking any
Oh, yeah.
blockers to launch
Our
at the moment.
dog.
Weather is gorgeous.
How
has
do
not
I-
been a
There,
concern
perfect
don't-
view
for
on
launch.
SpaceX there.
We've been moving through all of our
Oi!
pre-flight checkouts pretty smoothly.
Yep.
so
No.
far
No
this
issues.
morning.
Boy, peraí.
Any ships.
Ship
You're
the
a beat.
booster ready for prop load, making sure guidance, navigation, and control are aligned. Everything's ready to go. You can see with the frost coming off, we're getting pretty full. We started loading all of the propellants.
That's a
on
lot
board
of
both
fuel
ships
in the
about
last
45
minute.
minutes or so before launch.
You know,
Oh my God, I
SL
dropped a potato.
I want to say this
And moving
SLS
the
fuels
booster,
up
we're gonna
full
continue
capacity
loading
like an
propellants
hour
on board
before launch.
until just about 3 minutes before lift.
So here's Starship is only 50% on the booster, with only 15 minutes left.
I mean, Falcon 9 does the
range
same thing.
issues, weather issues.
Well,
We're
the
running
Falcon 9
nice
uses
loads
super
right now,
choke, so they
basically
have
top
to.
power
Also,
window
I
at
hear
6:30
an
PM
echo.
Central.
Yeah, Yeah, seeing the
Starship
propellant
base.
Hey,
loading is
Kochi.
making this
I think that's your mic's
more and
open.
more
Yeah,
exciting.
Kochi of Echo.
Today is going to be a
Huge
wild
BRB,
ride
so
for
we're
Super
gonna have to
Heavy.
leave it that
We're
until he's
putting the
back.
booster through several tests to
Server mutes
expand the
them.
envelope on its
That
capability
mute
to
hosted.
get flight data
Dang
and
it,
to
I was
render
about to do
much
that.
more reliable. Now, another unique change in today's flight will be the addition of the first ever directional flip of the booster.
That's right. If you followed
Directional
previous
flip?
flights and you kind of
Yeah,
wondered
they
to
added
yourself,
in the
why
vents
does
to
the
the
direction
hot
of the
station ring.
flip seem random? Surprise.
They're
it's
gonna use
because
the
it
Starship
works.
exhaust to flip the booster in a controlled
Oh,
direction
yeah.
instead of just a random one.
The booster kind of go in different directions, and it was really small differences in the thrust of those ship engines. As they started up, they would nudge the booster in an initial direction. And so the booster would essentially sense that.
Oh, that's cool.
Lean into
Hi,
it,
Liv.
and it'll react.
Hello,
The
Liv.
engines will gimbal, and then it'll
Hello, bleeder.
do the flip.
Oh,
That was
that's
the
wow.
Well,
That's a
easiest
really
way
cool
to
side by
complete,
side.
but
Yeah.
you do take some performance hits. And
I
essentially
never noticed
setting aside
that.
propellant to accommodate every single
Oh, wow.
direction for a flip.
Exactly, but if we
Kochi, mute him. Not.
flipping,
Oh my
how
God.
much propellant we
Okay.
need
Kochi,
and
yeah.
I think I need a nap.
to burn
I'm
longer
gonna
during descent, adding more
ping
velocity
Kochi
to
and tell
ship
them
and
when they're
increasing how much
back.
payload they
Ask
can
for a mute.
ultimately deliver to space.
Yeah, so today I got my trusty Super Heavy here.
No way.
Actually try to flip straight up. So as you're separating from the ship, we want to get to
Falcon
here
9 does
as
a
you're
straight
doing
up
that boost
flip,
back
so
burn. The
that makes
fastest
sense.
way is
Oh,
just flip
okay.
straight up and go in.
That'll be
That's
nice.
roughly what we did on flight
Well,
5.
it's because
It's the
you
most
want to be
direct way to get
accelerating
into
against
that
the gravity,
orientation
so
for the boost
Yeah.
back burn. What you don't want to do is when you flip all the way down like that, we did that on flight 7, it takes you in a big loop, uses the most amount of prop, not efficient. We're at the point where we want to start kind of tuning it in and getting some extra performance out of the booster.
Yeah, exactly. That's called
Beauty.
optimization.
Thank you, Dan Hewitt.
To accomplish this, we made some changes to the hot stage adapter, welding reinforced panels
his booster's
over the
missing a
vents in the
fin.
direction that we
No,
want
that's
the
the
booster to
3-fin
go. So when the
design.
ship engines ignite,
Oh,
Alright,
that's
will
like
push against
literal
the
V3
blocked
design
vents,
there.
which means that the
It's
nudge
got
will be a
no
little
engine
bit stronger
covers
than
and
the
3
other.
fins.
And then when we go to the next generation of ship and booster, we plan to control the flip direction by fine-tuning the engine startup sequence on the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not the only flight experiment that we have planned for the booster today. We're not attempting a catch, so we're going to try and gather additional data that's going to improve performance.
They should do the abort config with the
we are
catch.
like losing an engine during the landing burn. By sending the booster out to sea,
As I said, I think once Tower 2 is like up and running, they're probably going to be trying to purposefully blow up Tower 1 because they did that with the OLM pad.
We're going to tilt up
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit. That gets you more drag on the
why?
booster.
14 minutes.
Use just aerodynamic forces
Because
to
then you don't get a flight out of it.
The start of that landing burn, the less
Like
propellant
if
you
just knock things down, then sure that's clean and probably a lot safer and less hassle. It's probably not going to upset the FAA, even though Elon is the FAA now. But despite all of that, you're getting like data on a failure when it fails.
We'll be able to control
So
its flight when we get into higher angles. So don't be surprised if it isn't a smooth descent for the booster down to its splashdown point today.
I really want to see it glide and then just like slam into the ocean.
If you've ever played RO and you get like aerodynamic pressure too high to start the engine, it's just gonna do that. Just a supersonic lawn dart.
I am interested in what the reentry is going to look like for a booster, because
yeah, we're gonna intentionally
with the gliding,
one of those
I don't know.
I think
the booster.
Yeah, they're gonna do a really high angle of attack with the booster.
I don't really like the sky conditions. It looks clear, but on NSF it's hazy and it looks like there's some upper level clouds. So
It's foggy.
it might, if it blows up,
Is it rust?
It might not be visible.
That's rust on the engines.
Yeah,
that's not that bad of an issue as you may think it is, but like.
And then at the very end of the landing burn, we're going to cut one more engine off and go down to only those 2 center engines.
Okay.
The burn is going to end while Super Heavy is still several hundred feet above the Gulf, so we expect it to make a pretty hard splashdown. So
Okay.
In all,
as in it's going to explode and we're going to cut the cameras.
And as many of you may know, water landings are actually uncommon for SpaceX. While other launch providers expend all of their boosters after flight, we land and reuse most of ours. All of these tests are going to help us improve future generations of Super Heavy until we reach its fundamental design
11
of a
minutes.
fully and rapidly reusable and reliable rocket. All right, let's check back in with Chris in Hawthorne. How's it going, Chris?
Hey, Jesse, my colleagues here in Hawthorne definitely agree with you. We can't wait to see the Super Heavy perform its second flight and see all of the work from our thousands of engineers and technicians in action today. Now,
That guy is watching the SpaceX stream on his phone. Do they not have it on the screen?
Super Heavy boosters are not the only vehicles that we reuse.
He's wait, no, that's the NAS. That's the NAS. Wait, no, what? Is
No,
that the NAS?
no, that's it. No, that's just the normal.
Yeah. I saw red there for a second though.
They have RGB lights in the background.
Wait.
Yeah, what the heck?
What did they do?
Corrupt,
Oh my
did
gosh.
you do Helldivers again
SpaceX
sometime?
is
I'm
mission
not
control.
downloading Helldivers.
The SpaceX control room is honestly so bizarre because it's like all of their streams are from the cafeteria.
Yeah.
You'll always hear plates. You always hear plates dropping.
The fire alarm.
The fire alarm, yeah.
T-minus 10 minutes.
Now, in those 5 years, we have launched 17 human spaceflight missions, 11 for NASA, and 6 commercial missions, including Polaris Dawn, with our first commercial spacewalk in history, and From-2 earlier this year, which became the first human spaceflight mission ever to explore Earth's polar regions. We've flown a total of 66 crew in those 5 years, and we are expecting that number to grow significantly in the coming years. Now, most recently on our From-2 mission, the crew offered unique glimpses into the orbital spaceflight experience. And this was honestly just so cool to see. Thank you to our Starlink teams for making everything with the From-2 crew shared possible. This honestly made me feel like I was right there with them in Dragon. They were living, they were working, they were relaxing, they were doing their experiments while also
Put those
having
grippers
fun,
away.
basically just being people and inviting us along.
I
for the
love
ride,
this
and that
picture.
was
Even if
really
the
meaningful.
mission is pretty
Being
like
invited up there really
controversial,
showed how these are
just
the early days on the
it's
road to making life multiplanetary. And the
Hey, Coach, he's about to murder you.
Hi, Dolphin.
And
Oh my
Don't
god.
worry, Coach C.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
I'm not,
You're welcome, Coach C. You're welcome, Coach C.
I was not getting pings, so I just see 21 notifications pop up.
Right there with you, Chris. Is the fact that we're getting close to that being reality, that the vehicle that's going to go is sitting on the pad right there, like that's endlessly exciting.
Yes, the vehicle is gonna go. That's what they do.
It's going to be he said this like every time, 3 times in a row. So if this blows up again, that's gonna be so sad.
It's
I like
gonna
that
blow
camera.
up.
That's a good
All
camera.
our starships keep blowing up.
Real.
I think it's gonna succeed because just how much Elon has put on it succeeding.
Yes, but why are you trusting Elon?
That would just make it funnier.
Well,
Battery
because
corrupted.
What?
you know how the universe goes. He's
Are you recording or OBS?
I have been recording
Okay,
since the start of the stream.
Yeah, so once again, to those who just joined us, we're live. Please don't say anything that could offend others because it's going on YouTube. And
My address.
All right, who's volunteering for racial slurs?
Yeah. No. Just recording.
Me.
Hang on,
just be glad
get
Cody's
Hector and Franz in here.
just be glad Cody's not in the VC.
And recently,
Faggot.
we did become
Wait, I
the
wonder
city
who
of our
all's in
own. We're the
KC.
first city in Cameron County in 30 years, and that's just going to help us scale more quickly. Try to build out the
Why
best
is
community
tracking
possible for all the
KC?
people that are building the future.
He doesn't even talk.
humanity.
So it
I'm
doesn't
sorry, did
matter.
that guy just say 1,000 starships per year?
Easily
Yes.
one of the most
What?
inspiring, exciting,
No, they've
unique
said that.
places to live
They-
and work on
it
the
was
planet.
Coach A, I can hear the
Starship.
Shameless plug.
Holy.
Coach E, please fix your echo.
Oh, hold on.
Help us build the gateway to Mars. Visit spacex.com/.
It was 1,000 starships per year by 2028.
And this is my first
Oh.
That's not happening.
Okay, it's not 1,000 starships per year, but
That
like I
was-
can see it
That was
happening.
also that was also when it was Starship orbit by
Does it
like
matter?
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's good.
Okay, okay.
I still find it odd that it's not orbital yet because like well maybe it's a good thing it's not orbital yet given V2.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jesse. Yeah,
But like
everything
V1,
here is looking
if they had
good.
done a
The
Flight
crowd
7
is
with
gathered.
V1, it probably
Really
would have
excited
gone
to
orbital.
watch the hard work of all of their colleagues come to fruition here.
Everything
Not
went fine.
really.
Everything went fine in Flight 5 and Flight 6. So.
No, like
everyone
T
minus 3
Do
minutes.
its thing today, make it
Avi.
halfway around the world
What's
and
up?
test a lot
This,
of
their
missions,
trajectory isn't
maneuvers
orbital,
and
like.
operations that will be vital for the program's
Maybe.
continued
Sorry, what?
David, do I have
continued
everyone
operation. So, Dan and Jesse,
Uh,
we can't
I
wait
don't
for
know
the
if you
do.
do.
I do.
Let's,
All right.
let's have a good flight today.
Use it wisely.
Woman?
Now,
Does
SpaceX
Starship
woke?
tend to be visible from the ground
Where
if
have you
it
been?
went for a ship cap?
Yeah.
Woke
Glad that you're
marks
joining
as
us now. We are
SpaceX.
at T-minus just
Woman?
under 6 minutes
Banned.
until liftoff of the 9th
It'd be
Starship
cool
test
to
flight.
see a Starship
So
re-entry
far,
from
the
the ground.
range is looking good. All the airspace and trajectory area that we are going to be
Oh yeah, I
launching
should check
through
flight radar.
is looking good
For what?
our
Come on,
test
shush,
flight.
shush,
They
shush,
cleared.
shush, shush, shush,
It's
shush.
been great. It was a little rainy and windy this morning, but it cleared up. It looks beautiful
right out.
here in Starbase, and propellant loading continues on.
Okay, they didn't say anything about the vehicle being good.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is continuing. We're a little over 90%.
How
You
did
know what?
it?
I'm gonna go watch my family.
On our
Here's
booster.
flight radar.
You're gonna go
Oh,
watch
okay.
your
See ya,
family?
Lisa.
Main tanks on ship, filling
Yeah.
up
What
those header
the-
tanks. We're going to continue loading prop for about 2 more minutes.
So this
Once we're
is
done with
yeah.
that,
They
we've
literally
got
just cleared the
under
entire
11 million
airspace,
pounds of
Let me
liquid
check.
propellant
except
spread
this
across those
rogue
2
agent.
stages.
Um,
After we get through all
well,
of that prop load, our
they're out of the
stage
way,
0
but
will
still.
get ready. The ground systems will go through pushbacks, clearing all of those fluid
Arizona
feed lines back to the
Department
propellant
of
farm,
Public
getting
Safety.
ready for
What the
launch.
fuck?
We did just see they did a flap
Why is
wiggles
he
check,
here?
so the final flap check on the ship.
Why
We're
is he
doing final
here?
alignments of the guidance, navigation, and control system.
Why are you
our
here?
thrust vector control,
No,
essentially
like,
our
why
steering.
the fuck the
Check out
Arizona
flight safety
Department of
system,
Public
so
Safety is
everything
here?
progressive
Who
right now.
doing
Why?
that?
I heard
If
somebody
the
say
track.
earlier that.
that can
Hello.
come at T-minus 40 seconds. That's a point built into the countdown where we can pause.
I heard
wait
somebody
for
say
any
earlier
final
that they didn't do a
checkouts,
wet dress
pressurization,
on
anything that
this.
we need
They
to
did.
do.
They
We
didn't.
can hold
So
it.
it's
We
like
will
impressive
only
that
hold
it's
there
working.
if
They've
we're
done
tracking
3
the
static
flight.
fires of ship though,
Currently,
so I have
Avy,
trust
don't
in it.
hold
I
it.
was
say
about to,
stuff
I
like
was
that,
about to make
Avy.
myself a
And if you're
hamburger.
Oh
very
yeah.
AV,
confident
don't
in
say
the
a
launch,
thing.
It's very
we can have
disappointing that it has not
through them
failed yet.
and then launch that day still.
Proton?
Exactly,
Proton.
but when we do pass through T
Proton, fix your
40
microphone.
seconds,
Swear to
a
God.
number of events
Hello,
will
yo,
occur
I was
in
about to
succession. The ground spin and ignition
cook
systems
myself
come up to flight
what do you mean?
pressure. Ship
Yeah,
temperature
I can
and
hear
power
myself
power, and
echo,
after
but
that,
it's
the
gone now,
booster
so
enter QD.
I'll let you know
Auto
if it
clock out is
props
removed in
up again.
preparation for retraction
Anyway.
just shortly after T-minus
Britain's
0.
just loud.
And once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, we do
That's
still
because
have the ability to recycle the count under
Yeah,
ship
good
and
internet
then
in
bring
mine.
back to
This
T-minus
is
40
great.
seconds. And then
Spank
we
ship.
to
Thank
assess
you,
what
everyone.
happened and see if we can
No.
proceed again back
Spank
down
ship.
to
Spank ship.
No.
There are a couple of
No.
seconds kind of
Please.
gates in that timeline.
Thank
We
you.
have.
If we pass through that, and we hit a hold, we'd have to
I'll
scrub for
make
the day.
myself
One
a
pretty
hamburger.
visual one will be if the water
Good
is
Starship's got a
flowing through
spank.
that deflector system that's underneath the
It's
launch mount. That happens right
At
around
T-minus
Until-
40, everybody has to go quiet, by the way.
We can't turn it off after
Not, you can talk when it's actually going to launch, but don't talk at T-minus 40. Because, you know.
Roger,
11
roger.
million pounds of propellant is a whole lot.
All right, so you heard him. Be as loud as possible at T-minus.
Turn around again tomorrow. But
Our first
we
starships
are
keep
coming
blowing
on
up.
3 minutes away from liftoff. We
Well-
should be hearing that we're closed out of prop load on the ship at this point. Booster coming up shortly.
wow, the
Tower event.
weather
whatever
just
that
looks
means.
amazing
That's a
there
good thing. I
with
think
the
that means it's
Starship
done.
on the launch pad.
Oh, full.
Look at that
About
van.
2 minutes and 45 seconds from T0 with a lot of objectives for today. The booster, the Super Heavy booster flying today, will be flying for its second time. Last flight was on Flight 7 and just turned around in 2 flights, which is pretty incredible. I'm super excited to see that booster fly again.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we did just hear we are going to hold at T-minus 40 seconds. So we'll pass along some more information once we hear that reason. But again, that's not the end of the day. We can hold
And
at T-minus 40 seconds. For
This is probably
quite a
where we
few
begin
minutes.
to
We
enter the
eventually have to
scrub
start
because
looking
they
at
didn't
our
wet dress
temperature of all of
anything.
our
like
I have.
usually what drives us
My
as we
instincts
go
are telling me
from
that it's
up
going to
down
scrub.
for the day. So we are
My
expecting
instincts
a
are telling me
hold
this is a
at
booster issue.
T-minus 40 seconds.
My
Sounds like
mango
we're
is
gonna
the
be doing
bow
some
up.
additional checkouts
My
of
mango.
the booster Raptor
Sim, as
while we're
duas
at
é.
that T-minus 40 second mark. So we will expect to see the clock pause at T-minus 40. And then again, we've got a couple of minutes. They can work through the issues.
I don't
if we're
like
able
that
to
the
clear
hold
them.
is at 40
We can still
seconds
launch
though,
today.
because
If
then
it's
it's
something
like
that
you
we
could be
can't,
sitting
we
for
can
like
always
an
stand
hour
down,
and nothing
turn around,
happening, and
reset,
then all of a sudden,
fly again
oh my
tomorrow.
god, it's go.
Yeah, again, that's really important. This is
T-minus
what terminal
40.
count is
Oh, by the way,
exactly for. Is
If
to
it wasn't made
make
clear,
sure
everybody has to
that
watch
the
my stream so that way it's all
system
synchronized. Or
as it makes
you,
its way down
if you
to
don't, if you have your mic muted and as long as it's in the same like
catch
range of
anything and be able
T-minus,
to hold, as Dan
it
has
should be
been
fine.
saying,
Anyway, here we go.
And I also have the
T-minus minus 5 minutes, guys. T minus 5 minutes.
1 minute,
when
you
they
idiot.
inevitably cut away.
We have 1 minute.
And as
T
Dan
minus
mentioned,
15
we will be
seconds.
holding at
Guidance
T minus
isn't
40
there now.
seconds, so in about 20
Please
seconds
tell us
from
the
now.
reason.
It was something with
So
the
we'll
raptor,
hold
I think.
there, and they'll work through these final checkouts on. Sounds like just one of those raptors on the first stage on Super Heavy, which, as you said,
Ready?
we're reflying it for the first time. 29
Just
of those
one.
33 engines have
They
already
can
been
launch
used
without
in a
it.
And
launch.
pause. Oh, there's a little graphic.
Is already launched
And they have a little
Oh,
pause.
that's cool. I like that.
And
twice.
we'll go for
And
You
it's
know,
getting ready for its third
time.
And you just heard our flight director for the day, Joe Sliker. He just shared that we are going to hold at this T minus 40
They
mark.
are
Rely
able
on
to
one of those
launch with
Raptor
like
engines on booster.
3 Raptors out, I think. So
They could skip it. Turn
I
the
don't
stream
think
up.
they will.
Yeah.
I don't think they will just because they've lost too many starships at this point.
Okay, I've turned the stream
If
up.
it was flight 1, they would just send it, but it's no longer flight 1.
Hi, Ix.
Yo.
Welcome. It's
And
holding.
if you're just now jumping in, we are holding still at T minus 40 seconds.
Yes.
It's only one Raptor, so if they scrub over this, it's gonna feel iffy.
Get
because
to
they
a
could
zone that
launch
we
with
want them
3
to
out.
on one of the engines on the
They just
booster,
don't want to
on the
because
super heavy
they're
booster,
not in the send it
getting ready
anymore.
for its second ever flight.
Rude.
We'll just continue to hold. Again, we can hang out here for several minutes. We held for
Wait, make yourself a double
while
decker
on the first
cheeseburger.
attempt last
Just for
time,
the
and then
occasion.
cleared it, and then we triggered a different issue on the ground side.
Come on.
Wait.
But again, this is exactly what it's for. This gives us the best chances at success.
Oh, hey!
And
It's going.
Oh,
Okay.
There we go.
Oh shit.
All
why is this behind? Oh, that's now
T minus 30. Let's listen.
I'm not doing anything to the stream.
Watch
Okay.
that first flight proven super heavy. Get ready to take off.
Okay. No, we're not muting.
Okay.
This is the point of a reaction video. Is that you are muted. Anyway.
Okay, fair.
15 seconds.
15.
It is a new UI. Oh.
It's just
I like
another
it.
Starlink.
It's just Falcon. It's just Falcon. Oh, come on!
Baited.
It's another Falcon 9 type thing. I'm actually fine with
We
that.
did have a
I'm fine.
hold.
I do like this.
Wait, they
I'm fine
went
with
back
that.
to a hold?
Looks like the clock
Yeah.
went back
Yeah,
to
that happened last
minus
time, so let's
40
see if
seconds.
they can keep going or not.
Like,
I will say though that it is kind of funny that this
Alright,
is literally
so
a
we jumped
Starlink
down.
launch.
please.
I mean, technically the
did
last
not
2 were
see
also
the
Starlink
deflector
launches,
go
but
off.
My heart
So
stopped when that
hopefully we
UA.
were right at
just-
around that T
just
minus
good.
10 second mark.
And if we were before that T minus 10 second mark, we do have the ability to recycle, as we mentioned earlier, back to T minus 40 seconds.
Come on.
Please.
they didn't
It
fire
looked
the
like
trench.
this time
so
it
they
was a
are-
ground side issue.
Another
We're
one.
gonna look at this real quick. So again, we're gonna
Uh,
we're back
ground
at T
side.
minus
if this
40. We're
just
gonna hold for a
mirrored
little
the
bit.
exact same thing.
We are still not
Imagine
scrubbed
if
for the day. Give
the
them a
same
couple of
fate
minutes
happens.
to work
Come
through this. Again,
on.
we can hang out at T minus 40 for several
I
minutes.
don't want to be here
Eventually, we
tomorrow.
start looking
Holy crap, we have a
at
ton
your
of people in
bulk
BC.
temperatures and all of your propellant on board
Hi,
the
whoever
vehicle.
else. Hi,
Where's
Adam.
Dan?
Hi,
Actively
Dan.
replenishing the propellant
Do
on
we have
board
more than
Super
KC?
Heavy and Starship.
Hey.
So
Damn.
you
You
don't have
Well,
essentially forever to
okay.
hang out
It's
before
all
things start
of
to
this
warm up.
just
And
for
you do want to make sure your
we to not lose
temperature's in
any
a really
engines this time.
stable range for a healthy startup on Raptor engines. So we're
Hi.
going to work
Hello,
through this
Dan.
issue. We can
Hang
continue
on,
to
I need
hold
to
here
see
for a
what engine
couple
I
of
put a
minutes.
bingo on in KC.
What's
You've
launched
been
with that
poaching
little extra
KC
added
maybe.
excitement?
I did C6, but I don't remember.
Okay, so last time they had the.
Does anybody else get shaky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's an autism
exciting.
thing.
I can't sit still.
Yeah.
It's an autism thing.
It's
So
exciting,
true.
man. Who doesn't want to see big rocket
Alright, so
either go up or
Wait,
go
shush.
up?
Cumulatively, we've held for a little over 3 minutes between the two holds. Again, this is a ground side issue
It's over.
on our tower. The techs are looking through the data right now to see if it's something that we can either work through
Wait, how come Sarah got 2?
or if it would cause us to have to stand down. So we're continuing to hang out with them, holding at T minus 40.
I really hope I win the bingo.
Crack, what the fuck
Every
is the PFP from?
single time.
I hate.
If you're just joining us, we did initially hold at T-minus 40 seconds. We continued the count.
They always do this shit. They
but
always
recycled
resume the
before we got to
count,
T-minus
and
10
they
seconds.
just go back to holding at
So we're
40
back
seconds.
at a
Well,
hold
it's
at
because
T-minus 40
it's a
seconds.
different issue.
I
More
don't
information.
care.
The team is checking out
Track, I hope you win the bingo.
to see if we can continue today.
I have a feeling that SpaceX does their like go checks in stages rather than all like at a checkpoint.
Yeah.
So like when ULA does a go check, it's all at that final status check, and then if everything's go, then it should just be straight to launch. But
We're
SpaceX
continuing to
has
hold here at T-minus
40
40
second hold,
seconds.
and then they can keep going
We've
and
been
still run
holding
into
for
hold.
just
So
about
like
5 minutes now.
clearly they only check if something is
As the
good
teams
right before
evaluate
liftoff,
if we
which is
can
kind of
continue
annoying.
T0 for flight 9.
We have a while. We have a while.
It's an hour.
Yeah,
So
Liv,
good.
either of your
Kind of.
bids for the bingo are good choices as well.
Just because the window is big doesn't
Sounds like
mean.
we're coming to a resolution.
Well, he doesn't
please,
sound very
please.
confident.
Yeah. Okay.
He
Shit.
said that as we're coming to a
A resolution. That's not the word
as
that I
if,
would. That's not the word that I
as
was
if
just
it's
if
like
it was
they're
happy.
gonna have to scrub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it.
We're coming to a resolution. Shit's fucked.
It's over.
All right,
It's
so
it's
we
over.
are.
Okay.
Well,
Hang on, I'm
we are
gonna
getting to a
download the bingo
resolution.
just
We're
so I
gonna
can mark it
reset
off if any
everything.
engines die.
Scrub?
Yeah.
I
No?
think so.
They said
They
reset
said-
everything, so that's what I think it means.
I don't see a timer.
Let's just wait for them to say scrub.
They still is once that countdown changes to 24, then we know.
Yeah.
Man. Please don't. Please don't do this to me.
It's
All right, so we're gonna see the clock. It is now rolling.
What?
Oh,
What?
Here we go.
What?
No.
Wait,
what?
We saw an
Oh.
issue with
Yo.
that disconnect to the ship.
Wait,
what?
Quick disconnect issue.
Dad, why would you use
It was
resolution?
Encounter this
Wait,
same
what?
issue.
You idiot.
But for now, the
Wait,
clock
what?
is rolling.
All right.
We'll see
Pause
if we
again.
pass
Okay.
around that T-minus 10
Please,
seconds.
No,
just-
that countdown just skipped like 5 numbers.
Yeah. Okay. Please,
Oops.
just fingers crossed.
All right, if the
And
water
no
goes
10
off,
seconds.
No going back. There is no going back.
water.
7, 6, 5, 4. Water's going. 3,
Water's on.
2,
Ignition.
1. Ignition. What?
And
Come on.
frozen. We have
Go.
liftoff.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Good to God.
All right.
Power's clear.
Okay, that's good.
The first reflight. Here we go.
All right.
Wow, it is so slow. Wow, I don't remember it being that so
Hang
slow.
on. I just want to point this out. I just want to point this out. The booster has already burned through like a fifth of its fuel.
Wow.
Like,
I was
fast.
hungry.
I mean, yeah, it does only last 2 minutes, but still, that's kind of crazy.
That is insane. What?
I mean, that is
There's no way that readout is right.
Think about how much fuel is in that
The
plume.
sight from here, we see
In
it
that plume.
targeted right over top of us. We
That-
see 33
God.
out of 33.
We should see that.
During
Whoa.
this
I
lit
feel like it's going
on
slower.
super heavy as it
It is
starts
going
to
slower,
skyrocket.
but
Some of the
wow.
engines aren't as bright as the others.
Come on,
Let's
give
see.
us some burnouts. I wanna
Okay,
see some
vapor
bingos
cone.
tonight.
I just saw a tile fall
And then,
off.
and then it gets
Aerodynamic
extraordinarily
pressure, then only
quiet.
about a minute and a half until
Max
we
Q.
get into hot
Ooh,
stages.
that was cool. Vapor cone.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Dan, that
Yeah.
was.
I actually don't mind this new UI. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I
We
like
could
the old
feel
one
the
better because
building
then you had like
shaking here,
independent
feel
speed readouts.
the
So
Yeah.
Oh, the flaps are
it
moving.
feels like
Well, maybe they'll switch.
Now we're just about a
So,
minute
like,
away
another UI when
from
it
shutting
separates.
down those engines
true. But
on
then
the
what if
booster.
the
Again, this
rocket like
booster is
falls
running
off?
for
What if
its
it
second
stages too
time
early?
today.
All 33 engines.
Skill issue.
All right, so hot staging coming up a little under a minute.
At least we actually know
We're
when
gonna
the
see
stage
all
step
but
is.
the 3
I
siren
kind of like
engines
that.
Yeah.
turn off
So
on
what
the
they did is
booster,
they replaced
so
it
our
with
version
the
of
Falcon
Miko,
9
most
UI.
engines
It's just
go off.
Falcon 9, but
Just a
like
few seconds later, we're
retrofitted.
hoping to see
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
engines
I
ignite
mean, to
on
be fair,
ship.
this is literally
push
a
it away.
Starlink launch. Not an orbital
Yeah.
Starlink launch, but
I
a
do
Starlink
like
launch.
the
It's another
new
fucking
UI here.
Okay,
Looks
power's
pretty
changing
nice.
any second now.
Whoa!
All right, hot staging,
Rolling
30 seconds.
roll it.
We're gonna roll.
We're gonna roll it. I really don't like
Houston,
that.
we have
What is
a
that
little
normal?
Really rolling.
I think it's nominal because they're
That's
gonna
normal.
get fins up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, that's
so
normal.
weird. Okay,
Are
that's
those
Not
ours?
controlled. Okay, watch
Yeah.
Definitely keep an eye on which way the
Okay,
booster flips.
that's engine
First ever
chill.
directional flip we're going for today should flip
I don't like
straight
that
up.
we don't have. Oh.
Yeah, don't
that's
worry about that.
Oh.
Okay.
Static.
Here we go.
Hot staging.
See those engines powering down?
What?
Powering
Alright,
down.
here we go.
Down to 3.
Booster engine cut off. Engines out.
Okay.
Hot
Don't
staging.
show us Starship.
There we go.
It flips right up. It did
That
it.
looks good.
Why don't they show?
Yeah.
Alright.
All 13.
And all
Okay.
engines. And all engines.
Flip by
Look at that.
Super
All
Heavy
right,
nobody
Booster.
has
You can
bingoed
see
it
those
yet.
Okay.
six
Whoa, look at that.
Those 3 engines on the ship
Look at
ignited.
that.
Oh, that's
That's
actually a really cool view.
Okay. Watch Starship.
Stealthy Raptors
Oh,
running on
hey!
the ship.
No fire.
yeah.
No fire.
Peek that
Oh,
engine.
God.
Yeah.
No.
Booster doing
Yeah.
There's
No
a
one
little
say
bit of
that.
a.
Look at over
There's a
there.
bit of a
Door.
thing. I'm just noticing. Because
as we said, 6 healthy
There's-
engines
oh,
on ship.
is-
We've
I'm
got
not saying-
13 out of 13
Somebody
engines
mute
on
him.
the
Is
booster.
this okay?
Now down to
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, we're good.
expected
We're
the
good.
final
We're
results
still
of the
good.
boost
We're still good.
burn. Now, as a
Okay.
reminder, we are not
Why does it
recovering
just
the
look
super
static?
heavy booster today.
Are you
We are
sure?
instead
Shut down.
going to do some.
Booster venting.
And there we had a good
And
shutdown.
hot staging
What if
and
they
jettison.
just say?
Burn.
What if
Next
they
up
just
will
say
be the
go for
jettison
tower
of that
catch?
hot stage rig.
Avionics power and
Are you
telemetry
sure?
nominal.
Everything's fine.
Great call out there.
So
for
far.
everything looking nominal
Carmen's
aboard
fine.
the super heavy vehicle,
Hopefully don't
which is
lose
returning to
any
Earth,
engines.
and we're going to be
Oh,
doing
yes.
some experiments,
Wow.
including a higher
Okay,
angle
so
of attack
what is
re-entry,
very interesting
as
to
well
note
as
is that
some
last
engine
flight when
tests
its
as it
engines
gets
failed,
closer to
it was at
the
5
Gulf.
minutes.
We are
Okay.
again
Like
because
the,
it's
the
still
failure
recovering it, we are
happened at
sending it
5
to the
minutes,
Gulf
and then
on
it just
Hang on,
finally
watch the
came
hot
apart.
staging.
those tests. But again, you see the booster
Oh my
on
God,
the
is that a
left-hand side of your
UFO?
screen. You see
Who
shield
was,
six healthy engines
wait,
continue
who was
to
that
ascend
person
to
who
its
went like,
planned
oh my God, the
suborbital
hot stage
trajectory.
ring is a UFO?
Everything
'Cause there was
going
like
very
some
well
content
so
creator
far.
who did
I
it.
know
Starship
exactly
People were
time
doing
of
that
flight,
in
now 4 minutes
Reddit.
15 seconds in.
That's a
Views
fire.
from inside
Yeah, it's on
of
fire.
the aft
following
engine.
Oh, come on.
They're
Well,
looking
guys,
at
Yeah,
those,
that is
3
fire.
sea level and 3 Raptor
All right, who's
engines
winning the
on
ship,
right
bingo?
hand
No,
I
side.
give
yeah,
up.
maybe.
I give up.
Booster doing its
Oh, it's-
LOX dump, that liquid
it's so
oxygen dump.
over.
So
This
because of
Starship
the
program
roots
is
of that
over.
liquid
I
oxygen propellant
just.
in its tanks,
All right.
I'm not gonna
vent
say
that
it though.
propellant
It's
out
blue,
of
which is
the
weird.
booster's
The
mass
The
as it
bad
comes
news is that
in
there's a fire
for
again.
its
It's
landing.
fine.
They
It's
cut to
fine.
the flap cam as
No
if it
fire
didn't do
on the
anything.
They cut to the fucking flag.
Just absolutely
Okay.
gorgeous
Flap is
views
on
watching
fire.
these two vehicles
That's
do
all-
their
Yeah.
respective
Oh.
I
It's
don't
not-
know. Hang on.
It's not
Hang on.
growing.
I don't know.
And Dan,
I don't
we're
know if
approaching
that's
the
You don't
actually a
look at it,
fire
it'll
or
go
if
away.
that's
Super Heavy
just
is
the
descending
interaction of
rapidly.
the
I'm
content
what
hoping
can we
it's
expect for the
some
next
kind of
few minutes
yeah,
as it
no,
does its
I don't
atmospheric
know.
tests?
I'm hoping it is. It at least hasn't developed
Past 5
full.
minutes.
It
Now
could also
is
be
very
like
talk
Saturn
about Super
V,
Heavy
where like
might
the
not have
plume
a
just
very
climbs
smooth
up the
ride
side.
down. We're going to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
putting
yeah.
it through this
Perhaps,
higher
perhaps.
angle of
But
Okay.
it does. That
We're
is the
kinda
same
pitching up a
prominence
tiny
that I
bit,
said
There are-
earlier.
increasing
there-
drag.
you can
Oh,
see
it's getting
the-
bigger.
We've done this in
Wait, what is
tunnels,
that?
we've
You can
done
see
this
Oh,
it's
yeah,
getting
in-
bigger.
there's,
You can see
there's
the
something
plane
up
that
there.
shows
Yeah.
There's a
that
thing.
Yeah.
sometimes the control isn't
Oh
great.
my
So there's
God.
multiple
Oh my
levels.
eyes.
There's only
If
one way to
this
really
thing
prove it out.
fails
There was
again-
real world data.
This is
so
gonna
here
be so
comes
sad.
Super
That was
Heavy.
If
fun.
this thing,
It should be
if that altitude doesn't get to
igniting
100,
for
Oh, it's just the
landing
sun.
Okay.
burn in
Yeah, it's
It won't. It won't even be funny
Why-
this time.
40 seconds
Okay.
from now.
now they've distracted us from Super Heavy.
Re-entry.
So worried. Reminder, check my stream
that's
and
a
it cut
fire.
away.
Ooh, that's a lot of fire,
as we talked about
actually.
earlier, we
Wow.
shouldn't be
I
intentionally
forget. It's
shutting
doing a
down
catch or a water landing.
No, it's doing
Water
a water
landing.
landing.
Shutting down
Very high stakes
one of
water
those
landing.
3
So
center
Yeah.
engines
they're gonna simulate an abort.
intentionally.
Except now I'm just
Paper
too
cut.
worried about
Limits of the
Starship.
Super Heavy
Yeah.
booster.
Chamber pressures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there we go.
And continuing to see 6 healthy
I
engines.
wonder if
on
there's like
the
a command
ship,
they can send, like,
3
hey,
sea
activate fire
level
suppression,
and 3
because
vacuum engines
they're gonna
still
need it.
ignited as the Super Heavy
Yeah.
booster is making its way back down.
Okay.
to Earth.
Oh,
We can
engine
see those
out.
One
red
engine
lights
out.
igniting
Whoa!
for
It
the
exploded.
That's
Incredible.
an engine.
Ignited
Nobody
for a
caught
landing burn.
anything.
What?
Nobody caught anything.
Bro.
Oh my God.
Wait, an engine went out. Was that mine?
No.
No,
What?
no, no, no.
No.
No, it
Yeah,
just
it's gone.
the booster
Oh
just
God, who is
exploded.
that?
May have
That's what
ended
I
with that
said. Is it
landing
was
burn.
in like a haze layer, so you weren't going to see anything. That sucks.
Does looked like we lost telemetry from the booster once we started into that landing burn.
Does anybody recognize that PFP?
Did you hear confirmation that the booster did demise?
Did demise.
Did demise.
So
Did
booster's
demise.
flight
All right,
ending
what's the
before it
time
was
to
able
beat
get through
for
landing
Starship?
burn, but again,
There's no
setting
fire.
that back.
Yeah.
There's no fire.
There's no fire.
To
Yeah.
Oh.
splash down.
Oh,
Okay.
there's a slight
Oh,
prominence,
fire's
but
gone.
Oh, it was Becca.
We were getting
there's a
live
slight
data back
prominence,
the
but
entire
let's
time.
see.
It
throughout
looks
the whole
fine,
of attack
mostly.
play, so
If
that
they
was
can
something
get
that was
to Seiko,
really
that's
vital for us
really
to
all
get
that
during
matters.
this reuse.
Becca won the engine bingo.
First
The
It's
one
like
engine
there's a
that went out on
glow
the
in the
booster.
area,
All right,
but
ship.
It's like
Yeah.
Has about
okay.
2
I
minutes
wonder.
left.
You know, I wonder
Well, that
if
was a
it's
camera
just
glitch.
like.
I was gonna say one of the RVACs looked
And about
beat
2
up. But it
minutes.
Oh, there's a
camera
hot
glitch.
spot on
all
RVAX.
6
Yeah.
Oh,
Raptor
yeah, see
engines
that?
There is.
shut down.
There is.
That will be
Oh.
There's yet again another
basically
RVAC
second
hot spot.
It's just we're so backward. It's so over. It's just a
and these
wave.
are some incredible
Come
Literally,
on.
damage
What's the time to
from
beat?
the aft
What's
end
the
of the
time to
ship.
beat?
Just so.
We've made it. We've made it past
Engines
flight 8, so we're
ignited
close.
Okay.
Earth in the background.
Well, once again, as I
As
said, it's
always,
going to
the
be flight 8
Starship
plus 10
avionics
seconds
team,
again,
the
so it's probably going to
techs.
blow up now. I
Well,
shouldn't
we're
say
coming
that
up on
because I have
Seiko.
luck.
Yeah, don't
I think
say
we
it.
just heard
I wonder though, if it's still
booster.
on fire at Seiko,
But-
what's going to happen?
All
Like,
right,
is
we
it
got
just going to
about
blow up
a
in
minute
space?
left into this burn.
At least we
Lines
haven't
are
lost
filling
any
up
engines
ship
Come
yet.
on.
as we get
Don't
through the
blow-
final.
Don't do it.
Into
Why is
the
it yawing
so
like
close.
that?
seen it
That might be
to
normal.
start to
That
come
might
It
be
might
down.
normal.
just be the
Engines
Earth's
off.
rotating.
It's
No,
it's
that's
growing.
terminal
That's
guidance.
yawing.
Yeah,
45
that's
seconds.
terminal guidance. It's fine alignment mode basically.
I don't like that.
That
I don't like that
RVAC.
hotspot. I do not like that hotspot.
Yeah, that's a weird.
Oh no.
Fortunately,
It's-
at Seiko, they won't
it's
have
not-
to relight that engine again.
It's not even just getting to
All right,
Seiko,
just
it's
about 30
keeping it
seconds to
from
go.
blowing up once they depressurize.
They
Like,
might also
that's
skip
getting
through the
very
relay.
bad.
I don't think they're landing. With
The
this,
final
they're not
stages
landing.
of this
But
ascent burn.
Yeah.
I'll gladly be proven wrong. Though.
Come on.
Seiko.
Oh!
Make it
Notice
to-
like all the
Yes! Yes!
Seiko.
You got it?
The Raptors.
Okay.
Yes,
We
come
got
on,
it.
Come on.
center, please.
We
Don't
do
blow
stack
up.
Please.
these, so we do the Raptors
Please.
first. Those
Come on.
3 have shut down
Come on.
successfully.
Come on.
Okay, at
Come
least
on.
Yes.
the
Still
hotspot
running.
engine.
Come on,
is
you're
go-
so close.
Wow, that's a long center vac.
I just
there.
noticed all
Yes!
the shield
Yes!
sea levels.
It made it.
Ooh. What was
Oh
that?
wow.
Okay.
Ooh,
It did
Big
it.
hotspot there.
Okay.
Look at that red hot
Okay,
shit over
that's
there.
Yeah.
that's
Ship
interesting.
has cut off the
This has
three
been the most
beautiful
nerve-wracking
words in the
one.
English
It's
language.
spinning too.
Uh,
Let's hope that's
I hope
normal.
this takes less than an
nominal
hour.
insertion.
That's a big spin.
Is it
Um,
doing
yeah,
a flight
that's,
3
uh,
again?
It appears
Is
to be
this
getting
intended?
faster.
Or?
Is it like
An
venting
incredible
out
I just saw
propellant?
heat
flight
shield tile.
test so far
Yeah,
today.
there's a couple heat shield. There's more heat shield tiles,
We
and
reflew
it's
a
Gang,
like
super heavy
is this
booster
right?
for the very
they
first time
they
in
took away the
9
stupid
test
propellant
flights.
levels, so we can't
Ship
see if it's just like
is
tumbling end over end.
in its orbital
No, it's look.
trajectory.
It's right next to the RVAC, so
And
it's
it's
not.
going to
level
remain
Yeah.
surrounds
Yeah.
suborbital
engine
for
display.
Yeah,
its
but like
mission
it's
today.
you can't really tell if it's going down or not.
But
I'm not
ignited all-
because I'm worried that like it's
It
spinning because
ignited
the
all
propellant
6
is
of
just
its
leaking out the
engines
back.
and made it all the way.
It looks
Like,
okay.
that's the
This
RCS
just
thrust.
now.
this might be a position alignment for the Starlink deploy thing.
Is that a
Good.
vent on
Yeah,
the
they
top?
will.
That's
Yeah.
like
That's cool.
I don't know that RCS. If that RCS thruster is like okay,
I think it's fine.
This is normal.
I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's fine.
I don't know if it looks
All
normal
right,
because
I
like
mean,
the
that's-
last flights didn't really do a
Still lots
90-degree
to
turn
come
like that.
for the rest of this
They did.
flight.
Okay.
Yeah, last time did.
It looks
Yeah, we're
Unusual.
stable.
I need
interesting.
to collect myself.
Okay.
Hey,
Interesting.
Chris. How's it going over
I don't
there?
know,
in
Chris.
Hawthorne, man?
It's just
How's
very
everybody doing?
nerve-wracking flight.
I think the elation and the
Yeah,
excitement
this has been the most
and the
nerve-wracking
happiness at
one
what
somehow.
we just saw achieved
You see, this is the problem though.
carried through across
V2 is
all
not
of our
supposed to
sites
have
of
these
what
issues.
An
Like
incredible view to see
a rocket
Starship
can just
back
not catch
orbiting the
fire
Earth,
unless you're Delta
just
4. You
under
can just
11
not
minutes
catch
into our
fire
mission.
every
Absolutely
single
exciting
launch.
to see all of
How
this,
are they
and super
reorienting
pumped
this?
especially to see
There's
all of the
RCS
team's
thrusters.
hard
Are they
work
going
in
ass
action
first
here
on this?
today.
No.
As guaranteed, it has been an
Maybe it's
exciting
like
evening so
KNP,
far
where
for
like there's a
Starship's
maneuver
9th
node,
test
and
flight.
then once they
We
get
lifted
to
off a
the
little bit after 6:30
But
p.m.
they do have to
after a
deploy the
couple of
Starlink,
holds
so
that were triggered at the T-.
Okay, that looks really fast. What the hell?
Right, most of this flight's gonna be in the dark.
The tower, and we were able to lift off
Oh.
successfully from Starbase. 33 out of 30
This is just like a
engines
fucked up
lit on
I-
the
hot
Super
dog
Heavy.
roll.
I
All
think
6
I
engines
want,
lit
yeah.
on ship,
I'm just
bringing it to
worried worried that like
planned
that's a
suborbital
fuel leak, and
trajectory
as a
around
result,
Earth. But as Dan said, we've got a
it's
lot
like
still
pushing
coming
the ship
up in our
from the
flight
bottom
sequence.
and causing it to
So
spin.
coming up at about T plus 18 minutes 26
Those
seconds, we'll have
like
the
big
first
vents turned
deployment
off
of
though. So.
simulated Starlink
Okay.
satellites plane from Starship.
I don't really know what it's doing.
T plus 37 minutes and 49 seconds.
No, it's still moving.
Of a single Raptor sea
Yeah,
level
it's
engine.
still spinning,
the
but
vents.
the vents. Yeah, the vents went away.
Gather data on our ability to do.
It's still doing RCS, I think. Yeah.
Missions that will go orbital.
That's not RCS.
And then,
Okay,
of
that's
course, one of the
that looks like
RCS.
RCS.
That's RCS.
Heat shield modifications to Starship, and that'll.
I still think it might be a position alignment for Starlink.
They're yapping
Why did it
about
do a
all of
full
these nice
360?
things.
Thank you, Starlink.
Now today's reentry.
They cut away the propellant feed, so we really don't know.
What is coming out of the engine bay?
Heat shield tiles on its thermal protection system.
Molten slag, I bet. I guarantee that's like, no, that's ice chunks, but still. It'd be funny if, oh my god.
Oh, that's pretty, what the fuck?
That's cool, what the fuck?
That is really
Let's hope that's normal.
In those areas, if we
The annoying thing is it's going to be night side, so if it blows up, nobody's going to know.
Coming up.
Yeah,
like
I'm
a tree in the
sure.
woods.
That's what is that?
Oh,
Oh, that's pointing up towards the Starlink bay. Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw one of those in the V2 update. Okay, that's cool.
I like the little mass around the hinge. That's pretty interesting. You see how much ice has formed on that flap hinge?
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, that's just probably from like moisture in the air that built up on the flap and then froze its way in space.
Just like with Starship's previous test flights, that data is coming to us.
I think we're fine.
Starlink network.
I think we're fine.
It is from Starlink.
It's scary, but I think we're fine.
I'm still shaking, but I think it's fine.
Are you sure? I'm cautious.
How sure are we that this isn't a fuel leak? Powered by Starlink.
That's the thing. Is like the gauge is gone. You know, in theory, all of the fuel could leak out. The RCS uses separate tanks, so they could still do a reentry. Just good luck trying to land.
Thanks, Chris. Just going
I don't
reiterate,
really
thank
have
you
any
to
faith
the
that it's going to
Starlink
attempt to
team
land
for
after the
these
engines started.
incredible
sunset.
reviews today. In a few
Oh, so you're telling me they're going to
Incredible
deploy
views.
these in the night?
Yeah.
8
Why
Starlink
are
They have
deploying-
similar in size
Wow.
to
Oh,
next
shit.
generation
Look at
Starlink
that.
satellites.
Huh.
The Starlink
Whoa,
simulators will be
that's
on the
crazy.
same orbital
Yeah.
trajectory as
Orange.
Starship, meaning they will
Whoa.
passively
Orange.
reenter
That's
Orange.
really cool.
Orange.
This is where you learn
It's on
how bad the
fire.
this
We
is,
can see how
this is where you
Starship's
learn how bad the
payload
Slip
KSP
was on
Terminator
Steve.
is.
flight while
Because
ensuring
the
Yeah,
KSP
literally.
Terminator is
pose
horrific.
no safety risk
Yeah.
to people
Yo,
on
assuming it
Earth
doesn't
or
blow
for
up
other
while posting.
And
other
now why
This is the
satellites
first time
in
to see
orbit.
the entry live.
Now,
No,
this
they just
also
had to
ensures
dim the
that
lights
any
so that way
parts
we
of
couldn't
these
tell if it was
simulator
tumbling, you know?
Starlink satellites that do survive reentry splash down
It is.
harmlessly
Look
in
at the
middle
star.
of the Indian Ocean.
Look at the
That's
star. in the
Yeah,
background.
it is still
It's barely
it's still
tumbling.
moving.
Well, it's like, it's
Get
not
there, though,
as
we're gonna
violent
have
as
to
it was
open up
earlier,
that
so.
payload
No, it's
deploy
definitely slowed
door.
down.
So we've only
Now the
ever
question
done that
is
one
that
time
because it ran out of
before.
fuel to leak, or
Pretty
is that
sure
because it
flight
was
3,
always
someone
controlled in the first
on
place?
the internet, please check me.
Are they
But
doing a
that was the
space
only time
relight?
we ever opened it, and we've had
I think
Starlink
it was
No.
controlled tumble.
simulators on the last 2
Can they
If
show
they
the
do,
payload right
if
now?
they,
Just we haven't
if they're
gotten
gonna
to this
still
moment
attempt a
yet
space
where we're able
relight,
to
then we know that was
open up the
intentional.
payload door and start deploying these.
I don't think
it's
they
gonna
are.
be pretty cool.
Ooh.
We've got
Blue.
them stacked inside
This
of
is
The
the
Starlinks
first
better
time
have
I've
like
seen
a
the
light
entry live.
on them.
Hello, I'm back. Wait, it's not
Oh
dead?
my god,
Yeah.
they're
It's
spinning
alive.
Hey, hey!
so fast at the
Hey,
delay.
wait.
Hey.
Whoa.
Okay.
Starship.
Little
I-
a lot of
chilly.
purple.
This is
stacked
just
down in
really
the middle of
highlights
your
the
view.
point of like,
There's
so
kind of
Ariane
4 on either
5 had a
side, so
launch
they're
that once
sandwiched
had
on
the
top of
Alien
each other,
fairing.
flag.
stack of 4
The
right
fairing was
behind each
5
other.
centimeters
Right.
from
And
the
then we're gonna
payload.
pop
Dude,
the
there's like
door
4 to 7
open
cores in the
on
payload
right
bay.
side of your
So here you
screen.
have
So we'll see that
like
open up,
A snow globe.
and then start
2
firing
by 4s
those
stacked
Starlink
in a
simulators out
a
into
Pez
I wonder if
dispenser.
they'll all get sucked out when they open the door.
We are expecting the
Yes.
payload door
It's
to
not pressurized.
open
Those rails are
in
kinda
a
cool,
I
though.
mean, when they
little
opened
over
it
a
that
minute
one
from
time,
now.
it kind of had like some air
And
sucking.
then
One
minute
once the
until
payload
payload
bay
door
door
is
open.
open
Oh, is that the moon?
Flaps
minutes
are
later,
wrinkled.
That's the moon.
That
we
white
will
dot.
start
Huh.
That's the moon, yeah.
Ooh.
start
Ooh.
dispensing
Wait, why
those
is the
Ooh.
moon?
Starlink simulators.
That's a
What a
view
great
right
view.
at the bottom of the stack.
Is the moon so small?
Should be
It's pocket size
Really?
now.
see
I'm
them
This is
feeling
going
it.
to be
firing
so
out from
cool
right
if it
there,
works.
So really cool.
Yeah.
And
It's
eventually,
still-
I like
these
that
are gonna
You can
inside
see all
be
the
view.
particles
dozens
that
What?
sucked out
Is this
the
a door
door.
cam?
next generation of
This
Starlink
is
satellite into space,
the
and those are
mechanism.
gonna
I think the door is
enable
on the
some
right.
It's
true
still
space
spinning, by the way.
exploration
It's still
from
moving.
space,
Yeah,
and
you
what
can
we're
tell
able
it's
to-
spinning because of the
we're
particles
able to
inside,
do.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
It's
thing
like
at the
late
bottom.
Starlink's
artificial
been really
gravity.
great for
you know that's
Starship,
kind of that's really
obviously.
cool. To be honest, I want to see
Getting
if
live
like
video
if they
back
do a
is really
thruster
cool, but
firing,
just
you're
the
gonna see
amount of
all of those
high-speed
particles
telemetry
just
we're
shift to
able
one
get back
side.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
insane.
engines.
But what are the parts?
That'd be sick.
There's a lot of them.
Nice.
Okay, now hear me out.
Starship.
The
in
Starlink
excess of
dispenser. but it like rockets them out of there, like
Well, who
those
cares?
like
It's just another
like those,
Starling.
like those
Or
Hot
it
Wheels
gets
things.
stuck in the door.
They
that
are
you
doing
know,
a
like,
relight demo.
Okay, so yeah, if they still go for it, then
They might skip the relight.
Cameras across Starship. We
That's what I'm
Starling
saying.
gets stuck in the door and they can't
For
close
this
it.
flight, you saw a couple of those as we have essentially 360 degrees. Oop.
That's still
Open
just
the
like
pod bay door, Hal.
He said whoop.
open
you
the
do not
pod
want to
bay
hear a
door.
ground controller
Open
say,
the pod bay door.
This is the
He
first
said
time
that.
they've ever
I
got
can't do
into
that.
this
He
point,
said
huh?
they're gonna open the pod bay door.
"Hey
It's
guys,
moving.
It's moving. Where's
Yeah,
the
it's going.
Where's the door?
Is it
Door can't
forward?
open.
Where's the
Doors
hey,
at
I
the
don't
bottom.
know,
Oh, the
I
door's at
don't
the
know how to
bottom,
say
oh.
this, but they reset the clock to
Oh.
And
to
we are
T minus
expecting the
40
payload
seconds.
door
Shut
to
up.
True.
open
Truth nuke.
any moment now. So we're watching out for that.
Door don't open. What was?
Again,
why
you're
is it
looking at
yellow?
the inside
Okay, we have
Door
of the
open.
Starship
That one was
And we have
yellow.
door open.
as it
There's
is
like a
suborbital.
Diet Coke can
Open
floating
the
there.
door.
That's
What the
probably like
fuck?
insulation.
Asbestos
There's
insulation.
that is a lot of particles.
Asbestos
There's
is,
so
yeah.
much
Can,
shit floating around
can
there.
you
It is all
imagine,
fiberglass.
like, okay, just imagine this launch, and then it's like carrying
Oh,
like
look,
the
it
Curiosity
shifted.
rover, all of that clean room prep, and then they just put it in this.
Unable to
They got
All
the
of
darn
million
upside
the
down.
Doors
dust
unable?
shifted again.
Unable
I
to.
hate sand.
Hang on, did they just?
Hal
Hang
told
on.
me no. He said, I'm
They
sorry,
either, I think they
Dan.
either opened it or they're
The door
firing
failed.
sand.
Can't do that.
Damn.
Looks like we
Can't
won't get
open the
door open
door.
today.
Did it
Door
really?
stuck.
Yeah.
It's genuinely
stuck.
stuck.
Door stuck.
Door
Door
is
stuck.
genuinely stuck.
We want to be able to do before we're deploying.
They got the
Man,
upside down from Stranger Things.
I was
in the
gonna say,
fucking-
imagine if the
focus
Starlink
for
just
this,
bangs
now
against
that
the
we are
side and
in
can't get out.
space, is
Okay,
getting
we
Or
have.
gets stuck in the
That
doorway
is
and they can't close it.
the most
Once the Starling
critical
still
phase of
fully
the
programmed, they just like
Starship.
send them
Open the
flying
pod bay
out.
doors.
here's the funny part. Now we're
afraid
gonna
they
get to
can't do that.
see. We're gonna get to see what would happen to like Hubble if they return it in a Starship.
Oh god.
All right.
There's gonna
So
be
it
burn
does look like
throughs,
we're
and
not
then
gonna
it's
be
just
able to
gonna
deploy
slowly
Starlink
melt away.
Uh-oh.
the
I
payload.
hope they have
but
live
we should
photo
have
videos inside.
pretty
I would love
frequent
this.
views
I
from
want to
Starship
see
Um,
plasma entering the
in and out.
vessel.
Where'd the
Every
telemetry
once in a
go?
while, but should be pretty regular.
Okay, it's still there.
We are in
It's a fucking
darkness
snow
right now,
globe.
so
Yeah.
might be a lot of black,
Except it's not
but
snow, it's
the cool part
fiberglass.
is when we
Who
get
let
to
Peter
re-enter,
Griffin
it's
out
gonna
there
be
to fucking
daytime.
It's
play it?
asbestos.
And we did that
Well,
on purpose so that we can get some live daytime
So now, how do all
views
those people
as
who went down to
ship is
Turks and
returning back to
Caicos
Earth.
feel?
All right, so
Probably really
we are going
disappointed.
to take a break. Enjoy these views as we get them.
Look,
Enjoy the
Mom, okay,
tunes.
Mom.
We'll be back.
Incredible views of our Hawthorne control room.
One of those Raptor engines.
10 minutes to relight or something?
I don't think they'll go for the relight. I don't.
If
Will they have the
can't-
epic jams again?
The door, bro.
Door
of all
stuck.
things.
Door stuck.
I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
the
rotating?
one
Why
that
is the
fails.
particles
You know,
going?
part of me thinks that the reason this door failed, because SpaceX has a history of doing this, is that they didn't use space grade hardware. They just used some store-bought electric motor and a seal.
Probably.
And that's why the
Yeah.
door's stuck.
Never
'Cause it
buy
couldn't
your door
handle, like,
actuators
it's
off
some,
of
like,
Temu.
It's some like $9 servo they bought off of Amazon.
Yeah.
No, not Amazon. It's Temu.
All right, Corrupted. You can cut the feed to do the edit here,
Why?
because you did that last time. You cut out to.
I'm just gonna clip them together. So.
I like.
Anyone want to do something, or are we just gonna pay attention?
We're just gonna pay
Are we
attention.
still recording?
Yeah.
NSF is being a
continue my
t-shirt
catalog.
salesman.
We're gonna be right
Oh my
back.
god, I have those here.
And gone. Wait, no, wait. Who was that left? Was that Dan?
I think it was Dan.
Yeah, it was Dan.
Company creates full flow staged combustion cycle Metalox rocket engine. Cannot create a door.
I guarantee that if they, I'm sure at some point SpaceX tried to make a rocket engine using off-the-shelf components.
Falcon 1.
Falcon 1 had to get like Vandenberg approval.
Oh my god, I put in no mic. I found what they used for the payload, baby.
I wonder if there's like a pressure environment inside the payload bay because of all that.
I mean,
There is.
when it opened that one time, there was some outgassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff
also,
got sucked out.
On that flight, NASA said that their payload bay operation was, or SpaceX and NASA said the payload bay operation was successful, but we never saw it close.
Yeah.
So like,
The opening was successful.
Yeah, it opened. Well, it didn't even look. The problem is that it looked like the door popped out of its frame when it opened, and we never saw it close. But and they never confirmed if it closed successfully. They just said on the post flight that it did, but we never saw it.
But what was it like during like second engine firing? Were you just like waiting for it to shut down?
Are we still recording for the edit here?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good.
Well, I mean, they're still recording, but like,
Oh.
what Corrupted did last time, I noticed this on like Flight 6, is that he'll just like
Yeah, I did
out
some edits.
all
I'm gonna cut off all the empty space. So I'm still recording, but I'm probably gonna cut all this out. It's just
Yeah, I've got to go in like half an hour.
okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I seek employment.
So,
Well, in the meantime, is this the time to ramble about how Raptor is still catching fire and
No,
developing
this is the time
hotspots?
to ramble about Starship because the
I
new
remember
version just
seeing that
released.
hotspot. Was there an actual fire in the engine
Yes,
bay,
there
though?
was an actual fire, and yes, there was a hotspot on the. We saw those like
And the
red.
engines just didn't.
Well, I'm pretty sure the big chunk of red hot metal that came off was the engine skirt melting from how.
Yeah, I remember after engine saw there was like a really bright red spot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
I was
is
lucky.
a quote unquote reusable vehicle.
Just make it ablative and replace it every once.
Let me know if something happens, because I'm going to be playing Railroader for a while.
Okay. Oh my god, the ship just exploded.
I'd fire up Space Engineers, but then I'd shut it down by the time it loads because it takes a while to load.
I need to see if people are posting the hot stage ring in the UFO subreddits.
What's this UFO?
It's a UFO.
Booster.
Infiltration the booster.
It's a hot staging ring.
This is going to be the most forgettable booster ever. Because it just disintegrated in a fog. It's like SN11.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing I said, is I was just mad that nobody caught anything on that. There was the booster going down into fog, and then there's a red glow.
That was it.
Am I surprised no one's posted anything so far?
You know what there is going to be, though? There's going to be Coast Guard boats and regular people boats out over the sea now, just looking at those giant scraps of metal. Because, I'm pretty sure it's going to be, like, decent-sized chunks. They were pretty low and low fuel.
Door stuck.
Door stuck.
Please.
Door stuck.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting, though, seeing the Starlinks, like, how they fare up on re-entry.
It's actually going to deploy mid-re-entry, and it's just gonna
slam into the side of the payload bay.
This is the thought that I've always wondered about, is so imagine a Starlink goes up, but then this happens, or something else, like a satellite's broken. You can't deploy all the satellites. But the ship is doing the return to launch site. So you're gonna get those satellites back. You can fix them and send them up again, right? Like, that's going to be a very interesting capability. Because unlike Shuttle, when Shuttle had to abort, some of its payloads could not be reflown. Like, Chandra was like the biggest one because it was the closest to having to abort. If Chandra aborted, they would have to rebuild the entire satellite.
I just wanted on the record that Starship is still existing in our mortal plane. We still have to
with us.
As long as that map is moving.
I've just been watching the speed go up or down.
Watch the like tanks fail.
Watch it get to like Null Island and then it just disappears.
It's gonna be a complete mystery. They have no idea what happened to it.
I have to cancel the whole fucking game.
We're actually gonna go to Mars this mission.
Don't corrupt your recording though, because that would suck.
I don't mind if this recording gets corrupted, because then I can just edit it out.
Corrupted reference.
I'm corrupting my
reference.
Hi, I corrupted my footage
Hi,
right
my
now.
name is Grub.
This dude's mic is not working.
Personally, what I mean is that I'm too paranoid that I'd have stopped recording and then just started a new one. Also, this is NASA spaceflight stream.
Do they know
I have
what
no
the
idea who this
DORE?
person
This
is.
dude's mic is not working.
I know I have it all muted because
Oh.
it's an autism overload.
Why are they
What?
showing?
What the heck happened to the OLM?
What?
What?
Yeah, it's like paneling's
Oh.
missing.
No, that's normal. It's always
Is that-
missing
Is
that.
it?
Yeah.
I feel like I've never seen it before.
Go back.
Yeah,
Go back
me
in
neither.
the. Go back in the
Yeah.
stream and you'll see it probably.
Alright,
I'm
here,
pretty
also,
sure it's
now
missing.
that you're on my stream, let's look at what Space like caught. Basically nothing. This was so stupid.
Yeah, I was
This is
watching
all
too, and I
there
was like,
was.
what happened?
This is all there was. Oh no, that's
All our
SpaceX.
boosters
speed.
keep
But
blowing
still.
up.
Is that
Are they going
SpaceX
to, like,
speed?
trees?
I think it's
No,
SpaceX feed.
That is
crazy.
SpaceX feed.
Yeah, that's SpaceX. Did they not capture it?
Go back in the stream to where it's pointing at the OLM, because now I want to know if it is actually missing.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter where.
Right there.
So no, I meant like back in the before launch, and
Back to launch.
when the camera is looking at the OLM.
If the fog's not in the way.
The fog.
It doesn't really matter when. It doesn't have to be right.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's missing something. Oh no, it's
No,
not.
yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Okay, yeah.
I thought so.
Just a
Interesting.
staircase.
I never noticed that.
I called it.
Man, he's giving a lecture out here.
Which I agree with your
Okay,
words,
Professor.
man.
Madagascar.
Notice to air missions. They actually changed it back, so they're wrong. Because somebody's like big DEI adventure was to change it from notice to airmen to notice to air missions because diversity, even though literally nobody cares.
DEI.
And then because oh my god, big DEI initiative, they had to change it back. I hope this isn't going on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Corrupted, you should put this rant in specifically.
Yeah, I will do that.
You cut from Seco to Abby talking about that, and then immediately to reaction.
What is the breaking news that they have?
Oh yeah, look at the spinning icon.
Oh shit. I really hope that's it I think that's it reorienting for reentry.
Oh, it's
Look.
doing. No, I
okay.
think. Are they not doing relight? I thought they're doing relight.
They might.
that
They
is-
might
that is
be.
spinning.
It's spinning
That
kind
is
of fast.
spinning.
The speed doesn't
Ooh,
look
it's
that much.
been.
The speed isn't changing that much.
Zoom in enhance.
Enhance.
Zoom in
Enhance.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the map's not
it's
moving.
cooked. It's cooked. I
That's
think.
not
Is it
moving.
cooked? Is that? What is that view?
Oh,
Oh,
What?
there we go.
what am I looking at?
It's in clouds apparently.
Red.
Why is it red?
It could be like fire, maybe.
Starship.
Remember? Oh,
Fuck is happening?
AV.
Are they coming out on the other side?
Maybe remember when in Flight 8
Yeah,
it was
I'm not gonna
spinning and then there was that big fire cloud behind it? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But that's. They're in the vacuum
What's
of
that?
space. They're 175 kilometers up. What are they going through?
Yeah, what is
Yeah,
that?
Whatever they just vented.
What is?
Oh, is that spinning pretty fast?
Why is
I
it
don't know, but
spinning?
that's
Might be
cloud.
really
Why
That's
is it-
like
what-
exhaust
Look
from
at it
something.
spinning.
It shouldn't be spinning like that.
It is. I think it's doomed, but like. Oh, so
It's
that
almost
means
like
you
IFT3,
literally
I think.
are gonna cut from that ramble to this.
What is
Yes.
happening?
Okay, good thing I was recording.
What is happening?
Yeah, what is what?
Yeah, I think it's dead, but like.
It's most definitely dead.
The flaps moved.
Did the flap just move? Yeah, what?
Yeah.
It re-enters
All
with
right,
the silver
if
slide.
you're just tuning in, we are about 30 minutes into today's flight test.
Yeah, it's cooked.
And the ship is on its suborbital trajectory, as
Is it
you
now?
can see in some of the views and from
Is
some
it
of the
now?
telemetry, we are in
But what
a
is it
little
just
bit of
venting
a
fuel?
spin. We did spring a leak
Yeah.
in some of the fuel tank systems inside of
Yes,
Starship.
I
which
thought so. Okay.
A lot of those are used for your attitude control. And so at this point, we've essentially lost our attitude control with Starship. We are still
V2
on a
is
path
cooked.
toward re-entry.
I am
Yeah.
really interested as to what it's
We're
going to
going
look
to
like.
enter.
The
However,
reentry team is still going to get
there's
data,
the
so
chance
that I
for
guess
it to
that's.
be a controlled reentry. So if
Oh.
you think back
Feel
to
bad for the
Flight
reentry.
3, when we had something
Did she
similar
controlled
happen,
re-entry?
I don't know. Are they if they
They're
can
going for an
maintain,
uncontrolled
comms,
reentry. That's their plan. Okay.
If
I
they
mean,
can,
all right.
the question is, can they maintain communication?
Yes, sir.
Why would
it's
they do
part of their
this?
plan. Yes, sir.
Holy
it's
crap!
definitely
That
all
is
part of the plan.
spinning. That is spinning so fast. This is
Whoa.
like Gemini. This is
I
like
can't
Gemini
tell
8.
how fast it is because like
Those
there's no
clouds are
reference.
stationary. Those clouds are stationary. I'm pretty sure because
Are those
when-
clouds or exhaust?
Well,
That-
given that it's the fuel and like gas builds up, like I wonder if they've literally if there's like a ground camera somewhere, there's just gonna be this big prominence going over.
And by the time we start heading out over the Indian Ocean, we'll
I wonder
start
if it'll tear
heading
itself
into a
apart.
sunrise. So
Yeah, I think it's
not looking
It's
great
gonna make
with a
it to
lot of
entry,
our
it's gonna
on-orbit
tear itself
objectives
apart.
for today,
I
where
don't-
we were hoping to do the PEZ deploy and relight an engine, and then really importantly get into.
What
that
if they
control
relight an
entry
engine
to
and then
really
use it to
put the
gimbal?
heat shield through the ringer.
Good God.
Nonetheless, Starship marching forward towards that re-entry over the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, they're just doing an
we'll
uncontrolled
do
reentry.
the
Okay,
deploy.
that's really
We'll give you
weird.
any updates as things continue to
I
change.
okay.
Okay.
So this is really funny because it implies they had a UI prepared for uncontrolled reentry.
I mean, this might have not been
You know-
prepared just for uncontrolled reentry. This might have been.
I want to
prepared for
say
actual
this.
reentry.
I want to say this. I really want to know like what the effects are right now because surely this is generating static electricity.
And
like
You're gonna see like a lightning strike in space.
I'm sure the Starlinks are currently getting like 2 Gs right now, but like they're probably gonna. I wonder if the Starlinks will be the first to
Spinning
fail.
really fast.
Starlink
Yeah, it's-
comes up done.
it's going-
to the cargo.
Absolutely
Hey,
jam into music
if
as
you ever-
Starship spinning to death.
If you ever wanted to know what Gemini 8 was like, well, here you go.
It's following the
Starlinks
block 1
detach,
path.
slam into the
It's
payload bay,
repeating
and then,
block 1.
Like 50 tiles pop off in the same location.
How do we know that it's
Could it split in half
Oh.
because of how fast it's spinning? I feel like that could happen.
If it splits in half, I hope we get a view.
That'd be really cool.
Why is it spinning?
Probably. Doesn't it have RCS?
It's spit.
thrusters?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they ran out
I
of
really-
RCS
they-
fuel.
yeah. It was
yeah.
exactly what we had said earlier. There was a fuel leak that was pushing up against it.
Wow.
So,
So this is flight 3 again.
you know, I'm really interested though because surely this is generating static electricity as the metal object spins through such a dense cloud of gas.
This is just flight
It's
3,
gotta
but
be
worse. Like, really bad.
If it generates a electric charge though, it'd blow up. Like there's no
I
way
wish
around
some
it.
News station will say this is like the reentry plasma.
So this is that like
Yeah.
artificial weather they talk about.
Yeah.
I really
I-
hope somebody
I-
over. I really hope somebody over the western coast of Africa has a camera, because this must look insane.
It's interesting though.
I don't know.
Why is it glowing? Like what is
Yeah,
glowing?
what is
Probably
that coming
exposure.
It's probably night vision.
Exposure. Or has a light on it.
I like how the
Also,
fish lens make it look straight.
I'm pretty sure if those clouds are stationary, I'm pretty sure this is the spin rate that Gemini 8 reached. This is how close Armstrong and the other guy, I don't remember his name,
Lovell.
sorry. Lovell, what? I thought Lovell
Was Armstrong in Lovell?
No, Lovell
Yeah.
was the guy on Apollo 13.
Yeah, well, he was also on Gemini
He
mission.
was on a Gemini, but I don't know. Whoever the other guy
No,
was, I don't...
It was Armstrong and Scott.
Ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen,
Scott.
I have a
Okay,
video.
yeah.
Hold on.
So this is how close they were to dying. Because there's nothing gonna stop you in space.
Look at
So-
him, Mike.
So what do you think? Oh, they see it.
Holy
Oh,
crap!
damn.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
So it looks stationary.
Oh my god, is it gonna go over the uncontacted islands?
Please,
Oh my god,
please.
it's gonna
Is
sound
it
like a new
gonna
religion.
go over the
It's gonna sound like a
Jesus
new religion in some
Christ.
uncontacted tribe.
North Sentinel Island.
Holy shit, that is a crazy view.
The gods are coming.
That's actually wild.
Wow, it is spinning really fast.
Yeah, is it getting
There is a
faster?
non-zero-
It is getting faster.
Genuinely starts a new religion on an uncontacted tribe.
What is re-entry gonna
Are we
look
gonna
like?
watch Starship spin itself?
Oh, that's a
It's-
good point.
as
If
soo-
it survives to re-entry.
So here's the thing. It's gonna be like a 50-50. If it managed to stabilize heat shield,
6 minutes 15 seconds into today's flight tests, you're seeing some flat movement here on the ship. If you've been following along,
are they?
Oh my god.
we have essentially lost.
Holy shit! Is that the horizon?
That cloud is so dense.
It is suborbital,
Holy
so it's still headed
There's a
to
hole
the
in the
exact
flap.
same trajectory.
Oh
as
shit, there
before.
is.
That's concerning.
Look at all the tiles in the flap that are missing. You can see the attachment points. They're all just stripped off.
So what do you think comes after this?
This is also
it's either gonna it's going to blow up like Flight 3,
like
but
with Starship in general.
kind of in
it's
a
cooked.
And
they're dropping out of HLS is the one big thing that I know.
What happened?
What they are?
So yes, it was
it's spinning very quickly.
as I understand from the people who like to leak things because they're bad people or whatever. No, they're not bad people to us at least. But anyway, people who leak things, internal memos that if this failed, they're dropping out of HLS. So this is the end of Moonship. This is the end of those Polaris lunar flights. This is the end of a lot of things. So this is really, really bad day.
It's Starship over.
It is genuinely over.
Not bode well for the ship's heat shield.
Okay, but like, what actually happened? What am I seeing?
It vented all of its fuel because there was a leak on ascent, and it ran out of RCS, so it's just tumbling through its own cloud of gas right now.
Making it all the way down
Part of me wonders what it either that's from the atmosphere effects or that's from a night vision on the camera of some kind.
What time is re-entry at again? What's the timestamp for that?
Like 5 minutes probably.
Okay.
It's already at 130. So it's already going to start experiencing plasma pretty soon.
We start getting into
but here's the
and
thing.
The light will
Here's the
start
thing.
to pick up as we
I
cross into the
wonder.
ocean.
47 minutes is when it actually starts.
What density of gas would it take for the flaps to have an effect in this? Because imagine you had to deploy the flaps, and just the tumble.
This is what it looks like.
It's a flap.
So we'll check back in with everybody in a little bit.
They should put a Falcon 9 launch site.
Since AV is also restreaming it, maybe I should switch the stream over to Star Citizen.
No.
Star Citizen.
No. Don't do that. No.
Don't do that.
No. I will ban you.
No. I will kill you.
I will ban you.
Stop your priorities here.
No, then don't you just...
It's spinning so fast.
Oh god.
Okay,
it's like
I think...
fucking endurance going through the wormhole.
I wouldn't be surprised if it like tears
Yeah.
itself apart.
Yeah, forget forget Christopher Nolan's special effects. We just need a starship and a bunch of fuel.
If I was smart enough, I would try to do the math on how much force is being experienced.
What's changing?
Yeah, because you gotta think it's gonna be an uneven force. It's gonna split in the middle.
How are you seeing anything?
So fast.
I'm surprised that Starlink is actually saying like relatively
you can
connected.
actually see something in the
I think
background
it'll keep
fly by.
connection during
Look at the rotation rate.
Hold on, let me go check for more videos.
Wait, I wonder if we'll see all the gas get blown away when it hits the atmosphere.
It's probably gonna
that'd be cool.
start dissipating.
Yeah.
I mean,
that might be what we're seeing.
It is phased array, so it should.
I can't wait for us to start seeing daylight.
I can't tell if it's just spinning that fast or if it's just moving through the cloud now.
I think it's just moving.
I love how I posted that this is the end of HLS, and then like 5 people went, "Yes, please God, make it happen."
Bring back Alpaca, please.
Oh my god.
Origin lander?
What the fuck?
It's spinning so fast. How is it not splitting in half? What the hell?
Yeah.
Is
that? We're gonna see this ship tear itself to pieces.
Is that its rotation speed?
Wait, is that the horizon?
Oh my god!
That's the gas blowing away, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Please God, let us see the
why
horizon
did it go
for
yellow?
reference.
Yeah, I can't.
That's not. It's not spinning that fast, because if it was spinning that fast, then the light would. I don't know. Maybe if it is. The door should have opened by now if it is spinning that fast.
Is this what epilepsy
And
feels
as you
like?
can see, the door is not open in the top. Why is your
still outgassing?
Hey,
Are we
why is
looking
your
at
video
the
8-bit? Why is your video 8-bit?
Yeah.
What do you mean, why is my
Still
video
outgassing?
Look at my stream compared to yours.
I don't see any difference.
We're gonna hit the Carmen line soon, aren't we?
I literally don't see.
Where's the stream?
That's a different color.
It could be plasma now.
It's at
glowing
least
so
gonna be
brightly. It
close to
can't
plasma. We're only at 110.
Maybe do I need to
Why is
restart
there
the stream?
still stuff venting? No, you're.
Yeah.
I think
What
you
is
might
coming
need to
out?
restart the stream. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Wait.
there's still stuff venting. It can't.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
that's
getting close.
that's plasma.
Oh.
That's plasma,
That's
yeah.
plasma.
Oh my.
It's going backwards.
What the
It's
fuck is
cooked.
happening?
It's cooked.
No.
It's
Shit's
cooked.
fucked.
It's cooked.
Oh my
It
god.
is so cooked.
What the hell?
Yeah, so
Whoa.
the stream has gone like 720p. but
I literally have no
it's
issue.
Going,
Like
it's going shiny side first, and the camera is now on the plasma.
Oh my god.
World's most durable
Alright, they
camera.
switched cameras.
Holy.
Jeez.
I mean, this is just.
My god.
Hold
Oh,
together.
look,
Level
the
plasma.
flap has already burned. You see that like area where there was a hole? It's already burnt.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, that's tiles.
Whoa.
Everything is cooked.
What?
It's
Oh my
gone.
god, the engine bay.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
Oh.
Oh
We
my
got
god.
a wham, bam,
Holy.
shang-a-lang, and a sha-la-la.
Oh my
la-la-la,
2 minutes
fit.
of change into today's flight test.
Oh.
Oh no.
Hold together.
Start as Starship
Well, at least we haven't lost the vehicle yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so all of that blue and yellow is the insulation burning off. So like, the fact it looks like the Ukrainian flag back there means that there's basically no tiles.
Of the ship and entered into a spin. The
But it might
team
not
made
even
the
be the
call
right
to
end.
Do what's called passivate.
Honestly,
Why are
like,
they hiding
how
it
the
from us,
engine's
man?
jiggling?
Oh.
Yeah, they are. It's spinning so fast, the engines are starting to.
The engine's about to port, like.
Important to know.
What if we just see it slide out?
I think it might actually do that.
Oh my god, this is
Things aren't being
incredible.
taken away from the
where
people.
How the fuck
So-
is still connected?
Come on.
We'll
What the
doomer over the fact this is just completely ruin the Starship program later. This is
tremendous amount of
incredible views of our Starship.
in the
Holy
event that we run
shit.
into this. You always,
Oh.
we
How the
understand
fuck
that
is still
How is it still alive?
essentially with these flight tests with
I
don't
just
know.
wanted daylight.
but we don't
Is it just where is the plasma only coming from one direction? Is it like stable?
It
Like,
Yeah,
what is
it's,
happening?
I think it's like caught on the flap, and
Is that the Earth?
It's
I
still
don't-
getting
I don't know,
downlink from the
it's-
vehicle.
It's so.
Why would you
okay.
cut away? It's still got telemetry.
God damn it.
It's at 80
It still has
kilometers.
telemetry.
Just show us the damn footage.
What?
re-entry is still
They ran out of CGI
I don't-
budget, so they.
I don't
couldn't-
want to see this guy's face. Show me the rocket burning.
It's still alive. Okay, not really. The telemetry just stopped.
froze.
Telemetry's gone.
No.
Oh, wait, no.
No, it's not.
It's still going.
It's so back. It's so over.
Why are they not showing?
Show
They
the
still
damn
have
footage. It's
telemetry.
still alive.
The antenna's probably melted.
Lose some of our cameras, so it's
Because it was
No.
going shiny
possible
side
that we'll
first.
start to lose
Yeah, no.
contact
How
with
is
the
there
side
still
a lot
telemetry?
sooner than we would have
Let's see,
if it
this
was a
side
no
up.
re-entry.
Wait,
yeah.
where is this re-entering?
It's
Okay,
not
it's
that
gone.
deep in the
I
atmosphere.
wonder what cool
Oh, it's
buzz
still
we
there.
get when it-
Not able
I
to
wonder
do
what
a lot
buzz
of
we'll
our
get when
orbit
It's still alive.
today,
what they
but
didn't show.
just the fact that we
Switch to the damn camera.
into space was just
For
that
real.
was just a really big moment for a lot of the
Like we're
team.
probably gonna see this in leaks
Yeah,
anyway.
and
Just show it
another
now.
thing to note is that Super Heavy did fly for its
I
second
do not
flight
care
today.
about
It
Super
first
Heavy
flew on
right now.
flight
I
7,
could care
and
less.
it
Go
made it all the way to.
Go
This
ahead.
is like the
Go
average
ahead.
area.
all
This
the
is
engines
genuinely
and
the
stage
average area on
separation, getting
space launch
shipped
right now.
into its
Whoa.
second
So far,
growth
Super Heavy's been
trajectory
doing
today.
fine. I
The
wanna
Starship
know
is
what-
fine.
It
It still
ignited
lives. Look.
13 engines, but it
It's-
did demise at
Okay,
that point.
I might have switched
We
this in.
did plan to fly it
Yeah.
back down to Earth at a higher angle of attack, and we do.
How is there still
expect it
telemetry?
to
It's gone
strike
now. I
They
think.
probably took
How?
the-
Yeah,
I think-
How are they
How
still
is
down?
that
How are you
We
alive?
did lose the
Nope, it's
booster
cut.
before
It's
we got
gone.
to the actual
No.
landing.
No.
Is it?
No.
The
So
speed's
we're
not.
I
still- we're
I
still
wonder-
finding out.
you know, I
The
wouldn't be
speed's not
surprised-
changing at a
Any
constant
updates on
rate,
ship, it
so it's
does
still
look like
tumbling.
I wouldn't
No,
be
it's because
surprised
it loses
if like.
packets.
Whoa!
Hang on,
Soon.
Oh my
Oh,
video.
there we
What
go.
the fuck?
Holy shit!
How are
it's
you
alive.
alive?
What the?
It's
Oh my
tumbling
God.
and oh, look at
Whoa.
that.
Dude,
Oh
what?
my god.
This is the shiny side. This is the shiny side.
Jesus.
Payload bay.
I wanna
Okay,
see it.
bitch.
That's
Oh.
Why
I
did they
live
cut
the
away
beach.
from this?
Just
Be a
show
little
it.
bit
I'm
Yeah.
sorry for
Incredible.
yelling. I'm sorry for yelling, but why did they
Yeah,
cut
essentially
away from
tumble
this?
wheel
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Starlink.
Wait, it seems to be stabilizing. It's not spinning. It's oscillating.
If it just makes it to
Whoa.
just makes it past re-entry.
The next minute or so. So we are entering uncontrolled, but again, we're entering into an airspace.
Okay.
And a sea
Like a
space
tank.
cleared in
So,
advance of
it looks like it's just oscillating back and forth now.
Where are the flaps?
No more flaps.
No more flaps.
Flaps? That's supposed
Oh!
to be.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
So that's one of the flaps. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
The flap feeling.
It's melted.
Jesus.
Wait, what? I missed it. Oh shit!
The flap is being torn off.
Expected with the
No,
it's
come
gonna
back
go
to
back
the
and it's
video.
gonna
Why
do
are they
nothing
cutting
again.
away? Show us.
Oh
my
God.
God.
Come back and it's gonna be nothing there.
I just want to say, this is what we all thought the first 4 flights would be, not the last 4 flights.
If it makes it past
So
re-entry
we'll
heating, I'm gonna
stick
be
with
so
it
amazed.
for as long as we're.
I think it's
getting
gone now. For
any
real.
No,
reach back
no,
from
no,
the
no.
ship
Wait,
as
wait for another
That's
packet.
That's
Wait for another
Wait.
packet.
Wait.
Wait for another packet.
Here's the thing though. Once that flap is gone, there's no more aero
It's
control.
re-entering
Wait,
right now.
just one more
And again,
packet,
Well, I don't
bro.
think
Just
there's
one
any
more
air
packet.
control
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
I think
Come
it's
on,
gone.
Starship. Give us
Just one more.
packet.
Just one more packet.
I imagine that it's still like this
It's
is
gone.
Yep.
being
No,
honest.
it's
This is
dead.
probably
So
what
that was done. It's now
flight
coming
7
down
and
in
flight
the
8
predetermined
actually
hazard
look like.
area that
I'm
is
sure there
cleared
was
ahead of
still
the flight.
cameras
Yeah.
coming back
Not
as the
controlled, so
ships
we're not
came
gonna get
down. They
all of
just
that
don't show them
re-entry data that we're
because
still really
it's just
looking
going to see
forward
it
to.
breaking apart.
This is
But yeah,
generation
so-
All right,
that has
cut the feed, cut
Oh my
the video.
peak
We've
shield, a
reacted,
whole lot of
and
things
now
that
it's
we're
time
really
to be
trying to
doomers because
really put through the
Starship
ringer.
is cooked.
And now it's
fucking
over.
Oh wait, the
Internal
Elon
memo?
speech, the Elon conference. Do you think he's still
Oh
gonna
yeah,
do it?
Elon is
Oh,
gonna.
that's canceled. That's so canceled.
Yeah,
That's
so
canceled for sure.
the internal
One of
memo
these
is that this is
fully
the
is
end
gonna
of
be really
HLS.
important.
If
It's
what
not gonna be
holdups,
today,
if what they said
but we are
after
just
Flight
gonna
8 still
stick
holds
with the
true,
ship, see what else
then
we
this
can
would
learn,
be the end of
as
HLS.
it makes its way through
I
the
kind of want to
atmosphere.
like look back at the
and
footage and go
brings
through
an
it.
I will post that
What's
once the
happening.
stream ends.
Yep.
Well,
How much money
I
do you
don't.
bet he's gonna do it again?
Wait,
What-
they
what's the
aren't cutting the stream. They're still just staying here.
What's the future gonna be? Because like now there's this.
It's
is
gonna
not-
be Blue Moon. It's gonna be Blue Origin.
No, I mean Blue Moon's not gonna be ready for a very long time. It was already going to probably be that way.
Dynetics.
Like,
Bring back Dynetics, please.
Yeah.
Please, Dynetics.
There's probably gonna be another Lunar Lander contract. So.
Bring back lunar module. Bring back the lunar module.
Hello, J lads.
So see you all again in August.
I have a feeling it may be longer than that.
Please, NASA, pick Perseus.
This is ridiculous.
Please,
Proteus
NASA.
will rule all. It's such a better vehicle.
Pick Ions. Pick Ions Lander.
I just love how we cut away for like a solid 4 minutes to stare at faces.
Watch it cut back to a camera feed and it's still alive.
No, it's gone at this point.
At
50 minutes.
Back in
and,
black.
At like I think
I'm glad we read.
Central time of the Flight 9 vehicle.
I think it's like
We did
58
have
minutes is when it
some
would impact
incredibly
if everything
stressing
went to
objectives
plan.
today.
So
The Super Heavy booster flew for its second flight.
What happened to the
But
booster?
flight
Why did it
again
explode?
Made its way to take
'cause it
ship all the
sucked and
way
it was
up
in a
to
fog.
stage separation, doing its first second
fog.
flight
So, yeah,
ever,
my
which
parents
is
about
pretty
this faster
incredible.
base.
We did
this
lose
is
the
the
booster on
worst
the way back down,
SpaceX
as we did
launch.
Hey,
down at a higher angle
I'm
of
getting
attack,
spoilers
so as
ahead. That might
expected,
be
we did,
telemetry.
have it
What?
demise on the
No,
way
What'd he
back
say?
down.
no, it's
Yeah,
definitely
we
not.
were
That's
able to get all the way
misinformation.
to
It's
that
so
landing.
over. Yeah, I was
So
gonna
we
say.
made it through that higher angle of
Corrupted,
attack,
are we still
so
recording?
A lot of great data.
I'm about to stop in a minute.
To the Weather Channel.
Yeah, we did do the directional flip and it worked.
Say
So
it
if-
was actually a
Flipped in the
great
right
view
direction.
that we saw. And then ship continued, 6 healthy Raptor
So flight
engines
7
in the
was flight
beginning
1,
of
and
its
this is
flight,
flight 3.
making it all the way
Flight
to
4 will
Seco and
succeed.
coasting for
So
quite a
flight
while.
10. See you for
We
flight
made
10.
it to
I am
I
so
think-
pissed.
I think-
We're never gonna get to ship RTOS. We're never gonna get.
Nope.
We're never gonna get there.
not
Nope.
happen as we
Nope.
expected it to, so we
It's
did not
only because they
deploy
made
the
the switch to
Starlink
V2.
satellites.
V1
Yeah.
was going
Yeah, we
amazing.
ran into a couple of
They are going to
issues.
have to do
It's-
massive redesigns to V2 because of
I
this.
just want to point out
Crazy
that because
moment
it's
for a lot
crashing
of the
over
people that were
Australia,
sitting
and
here
you see the
for a ship
UK
to make
flag
it
there. It's
Is
just
it
in the
gonna hit?
V2's nature to crash into
but it
UK.
was really
Wait, is it
exciting
gonna
to
hit
see.
land?
Ran into
Please
some
tell me it
issues
hits
on
land.
No, it's just gonna hit the
before
ocean.
starting.
Maybe
I
Madagascar,
want
but
to
that's
crush
about
a
it.
random
Dealing
Australian
with
sack.
some
It is
propellant
purely in the
tanks
nature of the
inside
V2
the
rocket
ship.
to crash into
It
a
was
British
really
I
ship.
wonder. I
exciting.
wonder if.
Just to confirm, we
God
did
bless
lose
America,
contact with the ship officially a
home
couple
of
of minutes ago. So that
America.
brings an end to the 9th flight test. So,
Wonder if somebody on a ship got a.
really big moment, Chris. How's everybody doing over there in
Oh,
Hawthorne?
someone
no,
got
Mike.
a picture from Africa. Hold on.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's
Whoa.
a test program,
Let me send
and
it.
that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn, and that was definitely the vibe and the
Looking on
atmosphere
mic.
here at Hawthorne. Would have been great
Oh,
to see
come
Ship get
on.
all the way through its objectives
When you
today,
wish
but with
That's
all of the data
upon a
that came down through the
star.
Starlink system, we're definitely going to learn it, and we're definitely
Holy
going to fix
shit.
that and push
Hold on.
forward. Also,
No
great
mic.
to see the response
Yeah,
of engineers here
Kochi.
in mission control.
That's
Look.
Talking with the
crazy.
flight control teams in Starbase, we talked about
Oh.
how it's
Huh.
great having that expert
Wow.
that expert knowledge
Ooh,
on
wow.
console to be
Starship is
able
not
to
doing
pivot
good
at a
after this
moment's
launch.
notice, and that really helped us make the right
Yeah.
decisions in orbit today when we decided to passivate the vehicle. So we will
God,
be
watch
here
him just
looking forward to flight
just
10 and some
ditch
success on future
Joseph.
flights.
Put a new Falcon 9
All
launch
right,
right
well,
there.
obviously, congratulations
Starship is
to
cooked.
everybody that poured so much
Starship is
time
truly
and
cooked
effort
here.
into getting
Starship
this
Okay,
flight.
we're either
It's
moving
great
on
to
to
see
V3 or
that
V2 is gonna get
the last 2
huge,
months have been
giant
an absolute,
redesigns.
like
Like,
gauntlet
V3
for
has
a
the
lot
same
of
flaps as
people,
V2.
and
They're gonna
we're